Today's show is brought to you by HelloFresh. If you're like me and look at the Food Network and all these channels and watch all these gourmet meals and just lust after them, let's just be real, you're lusting after them. Guys, we have a solution for you. HelloFresh does all the shopping, the planning, and delivery. So all you have to do, guys, is put this meal together, and they give you the instructions as well, so you can create the gourmet meals in the luxury of your own home. So use the code SUCCESS30. Success30. Just go to HelloFresh.com and use that code Success30 to get $30 off your first week of HelloFresh. So make sure you check it out. Today's show is also brought to you by Organifi, the best tasting green blend on the market. They're cold processed, guys, to retain all of the nutrients. And if you're looking to fill all the nutritional gaps and buffer out that new stress that your body has to deal with on a daily basis, check out Organifi.com. That's Organifi.com, and use the promo code SUCCESS to save 20% on your order. And now to today's show.
I wake up every single day. I am who I say I am. And I get what I get because I live in beast mode. Stop being gazelles. You're not average. You're not even good. You were born to be great.
What's going on, world? Welcome to another edition of the Secret to Success podcast. I'm your host, CJ, joined as always by the Bayesian sensation, Mr. Carl Wesley Phillips.
What it do, what up, man?
And Dr. Douglas Thomas, who I hear is staying in the castle, if I'm not mistaken.
Is that what you heard?
I heard something about a castle. I heard you take the Ritz-Carlton and times it by 10, and that's where you'll find him.
Hey, E, so you staying at CJ's house?
No question. No question. No question.
I don't even have a crest. I just got a logo.
No questions asked.
Where you at?
Yeah.
Where are you at?
The Breakers, West Palm, Florida. The Breakers.
That's the name of the hotel?
Yes, the Breakers. Yep, that's the name of the hotel.
Never heard of it. It might be above my pay grade.
Oh, trust me, Carl. It's way out of our pay grade. That's way
I doubt it, but
tell us about this breaker. They call it the breakers because it breaks your pockets. You know what I'm saying?
I know that's right. No, it's a normal hotel, man. It's funny though. See, when I checked in, it's the perks, I guess. They said to me, that they upgraded my room to an ocean view. So it's the same hotel. It's the exact same room, but they upgraded it to the ocean view, which I thought I had that automatically, right? But anyway, I was out walking this morning with Joe from Breathe You, and I was walking, seeing as you can kind of look and see, the property, and you can see rooms, of course, that had the ocean view. Then you can see rooms to, like the front of the hotel, some on the side of the hotel. And it was just funny to me. I was just like, oh, this is crazy. Like one hotel, one property, but multiple different types of rooms, suites, standard rooms, ocean view, whatever. Think about a ship and how you got the deck or whatever. And I just was like, wow, this is crazy. In life, you get to decide, same property, but you get to decide what your experience in life is going to be. You know what I'm saying? And I know some people don't believe that. Some people believe that they are, they're destined to whatever their, life is, that they don't get to make choices. They don't have options. I don't necessarily agree with that, and I'm just looking at like, wow, there are people who stand in the exact same hotel I'm in, but they'll get a totally different experience than I get because they don't have the privilege of, looking at the view. And then I'm just going to, I don't know where this is going to go with CJ, Carl, but when we talk about the second generation grind, and I don't want to get into that right now, but we have Jada has a room next to ours. You know how, of course, the doors open. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like tripping that not only are we blessed to have a certain experience, but we're able to give our door to that experience. So it's not like we're in this room and then they're downstairs somewhere. Or they, in another space. We're in the same space. And it was funny. The young lady who is doing the housekeeping, she was just asking us, they started asking a bunch of questions. See, like, whoa, but they didn't ask me to ask Jada, like, who are you? They asked Jada first if she was Irish. And Jada was like, no, I'm from Alabama. I'm like, don't lie. You know what I'm saying? Your grandfather's from Ireland. You ain't got to lie. You can tell her, yeah. But I don't know why she picked that. But of course, where you from? All the questions, see, and not in a bad way, but just kind of like, yo, y'all got 2 rooms? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a couch. They had a nice little sleeping couch in the room where it's like, she not in there. And I'm like, no, she need her own space. Like, she grown, we need our own space. But I just say that to say that I believe that we really do in this life get to choose. Now, there's some things that you have to do once you make a choice. It's not just like you just dream it and you wake up and it happens, but we really do get an opportunity to, live the life that we want to live. And so I just was looking at that this morning, like, yo, same property. I don't know how many rooms they have on the property, but they're different experiences. And I just choose to get the experience that shows me the ocean. Like, it's just a different, I'm just saying, when you go to bed with you hear the waves, you wake up, you hear the waves, you see the ocean, 3 colors of green. It's just a different experience.
Yeah, no, I got a little app on my phone that plays like ocean noises, so. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No question.
I got a little app where you just hit it and you can hear like a little orca. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's the same as what you're describing.
It's got to be. It has to be.
You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking it got to be pretty similar because they went to your balcony and taped it and then put it on the app for everybody to enjoy from the comforts of their own raggedy home.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
I was going to say, Carl, make sure, though, you play that ocean view on your surround sound by your pool with Lil Man.
No doubt.
So that you can get that experience.
Let's move from there. We're not talking about me.
What'd you say, D?
Fair foul. Because I do want to come back to that, but we can't begin the podcast too serious.
Yeah, I know that's right. Hey, but fair foul, you hadn't done that in a while.
Oh, yeah, and trust me, people let me know every time I don't do it. They like, yo, bring that back.
Okay.
Okay. So actually, shoot, I got 2 of them. How should I do this? So let's do both of them. Why not? What do we got here? We got nothing but time. He tried to get deep early on in the podcast. I don't allow that.
I didn't try to get deep.
Now I got to double down on some foolishness to get us back to even. You know what I'm saying? Just to get us back to even. Actually, so we have a user-submitted fair file. And I thought this one was pretty deep.
That's different. You don't usually allow those. That's different.
Yeah, no. Here comes a fair file from YouTube. Somebody alerted me to a YouTube fair file that they said, yo, you might want to check this out. It's pretty deep. So my man Sir Stall on YouTube said, here's a fair file. My stepbrother and his fiance announced their pregnancy at my fiance and I's engagement party. Fair file. Fair file.
I'm going foul as all get out. And I'll tell you why. Foul because y'all got 9 doggone months, 10 months if you do it. I think they said 10 months, I don't even remember. But it's the full time that y'all got that y'all could be saying that. Y'all got plenty of time to announce that before she starts showing. You ain't had to do it that exact same time.
E?
I think it's fair. You know what I'm saying? You got everybody there. You know what I'm saying? You got everybody there.
They already paid for the environment, right?
Beast mode. You know what I'm saying? You got everybody
Beast
in that
mode.
joint.
That's gorilla mode.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
No, I'm with you. I'm like, yo, everybody already
Everybody
there. It's a celebration. Drinks flowing. Everybody having a good time. Let's just double down on the festivities. Now, I will say this. You got to holler at bro and his girl first.
I'll give you that, yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because if they plan the party, I will say this. All is fair if you split the expenses for the party. So if you want to make your announcement, whoever paid for all the, cake and ice cream and all of that, I just need y'all to split that up and go for it. So
I don't know about split,
Carl
though.
says foul, he say
I don't
fair.
know about split. I give you a tip, a gratuity. You know what I'm saying? I give you a gratuity for it. Because my announcement ain't that deep. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just letting you know it's going to happen. Like, we ain't about to do nothing right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm just letting you know that it is happening. So for me, I give you a little 20% gratuity.
But what if they not engaged? And so they like out of wedlock and my man trying to do his thing right. You know what I'm saying?
They out of wedlock.
Here come his hood brother.
Just out of wedlock.
You know what I'm saying?
50-50.
We pregnant,
Yeah,
we pregnant. Just met her Tuesday.
50-50.
You know what I'm saying?
50-50.
He just met baby girl on Tuesday.
50-50.
And now he
If
done
it's out
blew
of
out their
wedlock.
whole engagement.
Yeah, if it's out of wedlock,
they trying to do things
50%.
right in the Lord's eyes.
No, 50%. But if you did it right in the Lord's eye, I'm gonna give you a tip. But if it's for real, if it's wedlock, I'm gonna need 50%. That is, because you could be defiling my hookup. So yeah, you're right.
If it's out of wedlock, yeah. No, I meant definitely out of wedlock, because that's the only reason you announce it at somebody else's party. You know what I'm saying? You just, you too geeked up. Okay, I got another fair file. This is my own. And I'm not sure. I just need to know how y'all feel about this. Fair files in the airport, and I saw this lady, and I know we've all seen the kids who got the leashes on, right? So this lady, she had 2 kids, and she had one leash, but it had like a little extender, if you will, with both kids on the leash. And I know you're in the airport. It's a lot going on. They was about Trey's, maybe Trey's age, a little younger, 3, 4 years old. Fair foul to have your kids on a leash. Something, it just didn't look right to me. So I'm gonna go foul. But I wanted to know where do y'all stand in terms of the kids with the leashes on?
Yeah, I can't stand it.
And where do you stand with this little wolf pack she had on her leash?
I never liked it, but let me put it in perspective. For me personally, I never liked it, but I have met some kids that you might want to have that as a precaution, because there's just some kids that ain't, you know what I'm saying, they ain't listening, they ain't abiding by the rules like that. So if you know that that's your kid, then do what you must. But for me personally, I ain't trying to be walking around with y'all need to stand next to me. Play, but you know what I'm saying? But within reason, like, don't be running crazy, tearing nothing up.
I mean, dog, Carl, come on, bro. You got your kids on a physical leash?
Hey, I'm telling you.
It's only 2 kids.
I'm saying, yeah, you should be able to control 2, but I'm telling you, I've seen kids that just go do their own thing. Like, whatever it is, whatever you're doing at home, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're just comfortable enough to just walk their own way, you know what I'm saying? Go up to anybody, do anything. So I'm better safe than sorry. I'm like, again, for me, no. Yeah. But if that's what you need to do for your kids, then go for it.
Yeah, fair.
Hip-hop preacher, please help me. You old school, so I know you ain't feeling
I'm fair,
but
fair.
Tell us the science behind that.
Hey, fair. I'm going with fair. See? I'm going with fair. These bad, and I don't cuss, but you see, said you cuss sometimes. This might be when I need to cuss. I'm a pastor. I'm a pastor. I done seen these babies coming to church. I done seen them. And so moms, you got a single parent mom, she can't do nothing with them shorties. It's either somebody kidnap them or you put them on a leash. So it's real out here today, especially, man, with, for real, kidnapping is on a whole nother level. These kids get lost, somebody snatch them up. I don't think that, I don't think it's the best look.
That little leash ain't nobody about to stop. They could just pop that if they just trying to snatch a kid.
No, I'm just saying, though. I'm just saying these kids wonder. You go to, I can't tell you how many times I've been to the Disney World, Disneyland, and you getting calls, mom, like, why am I lost my child? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, these kids these days, man, I don't know if it's in the food, it's in the drink, but it's like a video game. They popping all over the place. And you can't keep your eye on them 24/7, bro. You cannot keep your eye on these kids 24/7. If you got multiple, I was just on the beach. My man had 4 kids on the beach. I'm like, yo, he need a leash. He got 4 kids. One of these kids about to drown. My man ain't gonna be at home. My man by himself. I ain't see his mama out there. I ain't see the mama out there. I ain't see no grandparents out there. I ain't see no help, bro. I'm like, one of these kids about to come up off in this water, and something bad gonna happen to these kids. So I don't think it's a good look. It does not look good, but functionality-wise,
how does it look?
Man,
what you mean by it?
It look like you got Castro. It like you got little Castro walking around with little Castro. So it don't look good, but I guarantee you this: you know where them jokers are at all times. At all times, you know where they are. Yeah.
Duh, they look like a little Alaskan Huskies, just like mushing through the snow. Though it was crazy.
I feel you, but at the end of the day, it looked bad to you, but I bring all of them home. They all come home safe.
Right. Right.
Let me tell you how you bring all of them home. You use that leash in a different way, and they stand right by you with military precision.
Let's just be real, though. People don't believe in that no more. So since we no longer believe in whipping kids and it's all psychological now, it's all time out. We got to get a leash some kind of way. So get the rod, parents, and use the rod, not to whip them, but at least to bring them in.
Okay. All right. Well, for those of you out there using a leash for your kids, continue to use a leash. And let me tell you something. I'm not hating on you. I'm just saying, find a different way, because it looked crazy. It does look crazy. I'm not gonna lie. All right. E. So, man, we talked about, so E and I had continued our talk, man. We got a huge reception from the second generation dog and just talking about that hunger thing and that whole piece. And of course, we had E twisted up a couple times. He wasn't sure what was going on. But E, let's just put a bow on, you know what I'm saying? Let's put a bow on that thing because you called me and tried to talk to me about it. I said, no. Don't talk to me about it on here.
I'm just saying.
Save it for the podcast.
You know what
you know what I'm saying? We're not even allowed to have conversations. I'm like, yo, save it for the podcast.
Yeah,
So I know you wanted to come back and just add a little flesh to it. So let's finish that out, and then I want to talk about just success on a different level.
Yeah, but listen to me. So, Carl, I didn't come up with any new insight. I just wanted to read. I just told C, I just wanted to go back over it again. You know how you take a test and you're like, if I can take that test a second time, I think I can get about 3 or 4 more right. I knew the answer, but I got a little nervous. You know what I'm saying? But being honest, man, like the millennial generation, man, they get beat down, you know, and a lot of times I think they get beat down. Some of it, you know, may be, you know, some of it, they may have it coming to them. You know what I'm saying? That sometimes they're a little bit, you know, me-focused, you know, entitled. But I think sometimes because they don't go through what we went through, we kind of disrespect or disregard their struggle. And I thought about it when I got off C, and I'm not going to say I never mentioned it before, but I don't know what it's like to deal with racism, you know? And that just because I didn't deal with it growing up in Detroit, you know, I was in a, you know, homogeneous society for the most part. You know what I'm saying? I don't ever remember, you know, coming up in the D and really experiencing anything other than, you know, African Americans, if you will. I went to Oakwood. So for a large portion of my life, there's certain things that I didn't have to deal with, you know. So when Jada comes home and says somebody called her the N-word, you know, in middle school and high school, you know, when you go to school, middle school and high school, and you don't have one teacher that looks like you know, when you talk about cultural, you know, relevancy, is none. When you don't have a teacher, you don't have an administrator, you don't have a staff, you know, member, I think may have been one in Grand Ledge, you know, so I had to stop, you know, and say, what does it feel like to be in the classroom? They're watching 42, the movie with Jackie Robinson, and there was a portion in there where, of course, the guy was like, N, and you're in the school and they turn on you and one of the white male students in there call you N, and saying, oh, I'm only saying what was in the movie, you know, or somebody's touching your hair and asking, you know, what kind of hair is that? You know, I sat back and thought, like, yo, don't minimize what Jada went through because it wasn't homeless. You know, I don't know what that would be like to go to a school and you're one of the few minorities in that school. So I was like, yo, that's a struggle for Jalen. You know, people, when Obama was elected, it was like that monkey, showing pictures of that monkey, you know, and I'm like, yo, I thought about like, yo, I didn't go through that. You know, I didn't experience that growing up in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Like, when nobody about to come over in our side of town talking that talk, you know, and so I had to think about it. Jalen broke his femur playing football. You know, he went, months, you know, without being able to walk properly. And then, you know, of course, bounced back, then went back to play the sport again. So I didn't play organized ball on that level. I didn't play in high school like that, you know. So for me, it's like, yo, it's some stuff that I'm like, whatever. But it's like, you didn't go through that, you know. And I'm sure had you gone through that, you would have considered that a struggle. You know, maybe not your struggle, but a struggle nonetheless. So I just said to myself, like, yo, we got to be careful because, again, sometimes because it's not your struggle, you feel like it's not a struggle. But it's still a struggle. It's their struggle. And I'm sure that the experiences that Jalen went through, and Jada being a female, like, okay, Jalen went through it, and I remember like, all right, son, you'll get through it. But what is it like being a black female in a predominantly white institution? What does that feel like, being a female? You know, and of course, you probably, there are a lot of differences. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, unfortunately for Jada, she's not dark enough, you know, sometimes for the African-American community, and then she's not white enough to be in the white community. So I'm like, yo, she's had her struggles, and those struggles have shaped her. And I have to be careful not to say, oh, you millennial, you don't know what no real struggle is. Well, no, maybe she don't know some of the stuff that I went through, but she's had her own struggles. So that second generation dog, I'm just saying like, yo, there are some things that she's had to go through that's helped shape her. And so I can't, again, just because she had her own room and she had, some privileges, that doesn't mean she hadn't gone through her personal struggles.
Yeah, you know what too, E? And I'm thinking, like, now that you say that, let's take it back a generation further to where your father, your stepfather, imagine what he went through being a black basketball player in Texas in what, the 60s?
Yep, 60s.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Right. So you can almost take it a step further and say, he could really say that, I don't care nothing about your little homelessness and all of that. Like, we had a struggle that was crazy. You know what I'm saying? And so I think I guess what you're saying is it is relative to the era. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I was gonna say the statistic for me that stands out is, and I don't mean to take the podcast down, but youth suicide is probably higher now than it's ever been. You know what I mean? So if you take that into consideration, apparently whatever pressures they're facing are enough. You know what I'm saying? Because it's as drastic as it could be right now. Like they are, committing suicide is alarming rates. In school, like you never heard, just be real. See, have you ever heard of somebody in school when you was in school committing suicide? Ever?
No.
I can't think of, I'm talking about zero.
No. I don't have no friends that I know personally.
It has to be Right. It has to be relative. Whatever pressure they have now is enough. It's too much. You know what I'm saying? For them. Again, we can't compare it because we're raised differently. If you're raised in the 60s, there's some things that you're just aware of that it exists and this is how the society is and you know what to do, what not to do. You know what I mean?
Right,
there's some things that are there. So now it's just different. They're raised in a different way. And for us, it may look as though they're softer, whatever the case may be, but it's relative.
Which is why I think it's worse, Carl. Which is why I think it's worse when I got off the phone. Because I was like, at least in my parents' era, some of the struggles I went through, they went through some of the same struggles.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't remember my mom being like, you soft. You know what I'm saying? Because my mom would drop me off at my grandma's and my aunts, and they lived in the Herman Garden projects. And my mom would drop me off, and it was like, you're not taking no extra lunch. You're not taking none of your toys. Like, when you go over here, I'm not giving you no privileges. Like, you're going to live like your cousins live. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not about to give you no money to go to McDonald's because they ain't going to have no money. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to say they ain't never had no money, but they weren't well off like that. Right. So my mom wasn't about to be like, you go eat at McDonald's and let them, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of the stuff that I went through going over to my grandma's house and being raised pretty much when I was with my cousins, it was not the same middle class lifestyle that we had. You feel me? So my mom knew exactly what it was because she had just had that. But then you think about what C is doing for his kids and what you're doing for your kids, Carl. Like, y'all didn't live like that. I'm not trying to say y'all didn't have a good life, but from a materialistic standpoint and exposure standpoint, it's a total difference. Like you said, see, you wasn't flying. My little man got more frequent flyer miles at his age than you probably had accumulated, all the way up until your lifetime. Your lifetime.
Up until then, yeah.
So at least for my mom and my family, the struggles that we were going through, they were familiar with them, maybe at a greater level, but they were familiar. So for us, our kids almost don't have our support because we'll be quick to say, boy, stop crying. You got your own room. You got a car at 16. You going to cop, stop tripping. And it's like, so this generation almost goes through their struggles alone because they're new struggles. I didn't have, like C said, I ain't had no identity issues. Me and my boys all wear the song. We all wore Converse. Before that, it was Kids. You know what I'm saying? Then after that, we all had the same Nikes. It wasn't no J's out. It was just the plain canvas Nikes with the rubber.
Right, with nothing else to compare it to.
That's all we had. Everybody was all wearing Lee jeans. We all had, Adidas, whatever. Like we all had the same thing because all of our parents went to work, at Ford, at GM, at Chrysler. You know what I'm saying? So so we're looking at them like these struggles are whack. And so they're pretty much for real on their own. And we got to do better as parents and not isolate ourselves from our kids because that's how they end up getting in gangs. That's how they end up committing suicide because they feel alone. They kind of feel like, I'm out here struggling by myself. My parents don't get it. They ain't never been on the internet like that. They don't do social media. And we like, social media got you crying? Stop tripping. But like you said, Carl, it's relative. And so for them, that is pressure.
Do you to say anything to your kids about social media?
The only conversation Jada and I really see, Jalen and I need to really have the conversation. Jada, falls on the other spectrum, so she's not really about.
Jada really don't do social media.
She don't
like
do
that,
it like
right?
that. So she does it, but Jada is not putting her business out. You know what I'm saying? Like Jada don't want you to know what she doing. You know what I'm saying? Like Jada don't want me to know what she doing. Jada playing chess. You know what I'm saying? Jalen he used to play checkers. You know what I'm saying? Jada playing chess. Like she don't want nobody to know nothing about her life, Whereas I don't know if you remember, but Jalen used to have on there, Jalen Thomas, the son of
the hip hop preacher.
You know what I'm saying?
The one and only.
No question.
The anointed
you know what I'm
one.
saying? So Jalen wasn't playing with it. You know what I'm saying? But for me and Jalen, I just had to say to Jalen, you see how we use social media. And I think, son, it doesn't mean that you can't live in your generation and do what your generation is doing. But understand, if you're doing what they're doing, you're going to be who they are. And so you need to make sure you're using it in a way where, I don't know what the pressures are to show people what you got or what you don't have. I don't know. But it needs to be business. You need to use it as a way, as a living, breathing portfolio, as a living, breathing resume.
I was gonna say the other side of it kind of trips me out though, E, because that's one side of you posting.
He just made I'm sorry, Carl. He just made social media so boring. He need to use it as a resume. I'm like, wow, E. I'm like, you getting old, bro. It's a living, breathing resume, a document that can be used for job purposes. Like, man, I got to turn my Facebook into a resume.
No question, see.
Hey,
I need you to
so
make money off that joke. like Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg getting paid. No, Zuckerberg lost 100 and some billion and still kept 400 and some billion. I need you to use it like that.
Oh, 100 billion.
That's how I need you to use
it. Zuckerberg lost 100 billion. My bad, Carl. I just trying to see how E was making kids use their Snapchat for their virtual resume. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, no, I was asking. So that's one side of it, E, what you post. But what I'm seeing, and my niece is here from Barbados. It's tripping me out that you live in Barbados, but you're still consumed with watching it all day long. Like you literally on Instagram watching other people's stuff all day long. So that's the part that if I'm gonna speak out on, that's the piece.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you're just watching somebody else do their life all day long.
Yeah.
So I'm like, we got to say something about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we do 100. Maybe some people we getting ready to come up on the 100-day challenge. Maybe some people do a 100-day challenge with no social media.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's gonna hurt some people.
Oh, they rather go vegan.
Oh, I'm talking
they rather go
about
vegan.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt.
We'll see if somebody's willing to try, but I guess it's gonna be hard
bro.
to check in on like all your
Right.
Yeah, it's just
on your business.
Because here goes the thing. The bad part is it really is a great tool for some things.
Right. Yeah.
But it wastes so much time, and so it's funny. Part of the reason why, and I didn't even want to dive into a conversation about social media, but part of the reason that I don't have social media, one, obviously we made the conscious effort to kind of focus on E's brand and all of that. And so I took it down. But then also when I was in grad school, I just found myself to be so much more productive when I didn't have that. Like not having social media, not having to be on there all day, check it all day. Like, yo, I have a hard time returning text messages. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so now you hit me with Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of that. Now I gotta check all these messages, all these DMs. Like, you're giving me more responsibilities. For me, it was a productivity issue. It didn't have anything to do with self-esteem or anything that maybe the millennials are dealing with. For me, it was a productivity issue. And not saying, I mean, obviously I'm grown now. I just, if I'm on there and I don't feel like responding, I just won't respond. But it's almost like a job. You know what I mean? Like I see people on their social media and I'm like, yo, like you need to free yourself up from that. Like I got enough taking my time with work and, other things that we got going on than to have to be on social media literally for hours a day responding and replying and that whole thing. I'm just, I don't know.
Hey, I read this quote, and y'all take it where you want, but I heard it in a song. My man says, we got eagle wings, but we doing ostrich things. Eagle wings, like I'm talking about, you can soar, but you're doing stuff that people that can't fly, you know what I'm saying? That's the max that they can do, and that's what you're doing with your time. And that's what it feels like for me, you know what I'm saying? You're like, dude, you have a brain, the creativity at this time on planet Earth, dude, the creativity it's insane, you know what I'm saying? I just saw, this one will make y'all laugh. I was walking through the airport coming back from New York last week, And now you could just order, like you could sit at your gate, and the restaurant, you just like, order, you can order the joint and they'll bring it to your gate, whatever gate you at. I'm like, it's at an all-time high, bro. Any kind of thing you could think about. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't want you to miss your flight. So you just put your whatever, you walk in by the little billboard and they say, hey, just text this to that with your order and boom, we bring it to your gate. I'm like, crazy. You're at an all-time high for technology, for, just like no restrictions in terms of what you could do. Travel, you could jump on a plane, you could jump on a train, a bus, whatever.
Carl, man, let me tell you something, bro. Okay, maybe I'm behind, but bro, we cut the TV on yesterday to watch the news, and when you first cut the TV on, they're trying to sell you those movies, like buy a movie. And like C said, man, majority of the time, I don't even do it no more. Last time I ordered a movie in a hotel was probably about 6-7 years ago, because like C said, I've been and fell asleep on that joint. I don't know if it's called ultraviolet.
You ain't ordering the right kind of movie.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They got a different section. I promise you won't go to sleep.
He said, I'm ordering the wrong type of movie, D. He said, it's movies that will keep you up. But what's so crazy though, Carl?
I'm talking about
He said, he's talking about up, Carl. Then he said, literally.
Hey, man, you're a grown man. Hey, you got your wife. I don't know.
Hey, hide your babies. Whoever listens to
PG-13 podcast.
Whoever listens to this, hide your babies.
I apologize.
But it's some system now, Carl. I don't know. I don't remember the name. Maybe ultraviolet or ultra blue. So what happens is, if you get this feature, if you don't finish the movie, you can finish it on the airplane, or you can watch it when you get to the crib. And I'm like, unbelievable, bro. So they done made it like, look, don't even trip.
Oh, yeah,
don't even trip.
That's only at the breakers, though. You can't do that at the, you know what I'm saying? I tried it. I tried it at the Holiday Inn Deluxe Express. They did not let me continue watching it on Spirit.
See, my TV didn't come on. My TV didn't even come on.
Spirit, definitely. You know what I'm saying? You get on Spirit. I'll be damned if they let you continue your movie. You know what I'm saying? Spirit, like, you got to pay for water. You got to pay for everything. Wi-Fi, playoffs. Practice. Have you lost your mind? Hey, the other thing, I can't remember if I said this on here or not, but I was watching 60 Minutes one time, and they were talking about how they purposely program your phone so that you have to check it, like apps. So like Instagram, did I tell y'all this already? Forgive me, I'm old, y'all. If I said it before, just bear with me.
It sounds good. Keep going.
But they said, you can go watch it. Just type in 60 Minutes, like Instagram or social media, whatever, Carl. But what they do is, let's say you post a pic, right? Let's say your picture get 100 people that like it immediately. They'll withhold some of your likes so that they give them to you each time you check them. Oh, wow. So let's say you go, you post a pic, right? They give you 30 likes off the rip. And then you put your phone down and then you check it again in 2-3 minutes, they'll give you like 7 likes. And then you put your phone down for 20 minutes and they'll give you like 20 likes.
Wow.
And they'll keep doing that with you so they can program your brain to constantly keep checking the apps, because guess what? If they gave you all 100 likes at one time and then your picture just sat there and nobody did anything for the next, it's nothing to do. So they'll purposely stagger your likes so that they can start programming you to check your phone over and over and over and over and over again. And it was actually a dude who worked for, I can't remember if it was Google or one of these companies, who came in, they were interviewing him. He was like, oh yeah, no, we are like purposely sabotaging and brainwashing you to be addicted to this app. Because what happens is, when you check it and you get likes, it's like a dopamine that's released that makes you feel good, right? So they keep going with that, and they just extend them on out, bro. They'd be like, come on back, we got a couple likes for you. And so they do that purposely. So if you're out there, you're being brainwashed. If you want to stop it, I don't know how, but go seek help.
So I'm tripping. I don't even know where we're going with the podcast no more, but I'm just tripping because, and listen to what I'm saying closely, y'all. Like, I'm being real. Everybody else in the world that's serious about their life and what they're doing, they're putting up all kind of strategies. Consider it what you want, good, not good, manipulative, whatever. I'm talking about the food is addictive. See, they're adding sugar to stuff, high fructose corn syrup or whatever it is to stuff to keep you addicted. They're doing it to your food. They're doing it to your phone. They're doing it to everything we doing but yet we just sitting and consuming it. The average person out here just sitting and going and eating the same stuff. I had to stop the Polynesian. I'm like, yo, this is a sickness.
Oh yeah, no, that is
like
addictive.
it's you know what I'm saying? Like it's addictive. Like and it's not addictive by chance. Like it's addictive, see, because of what you're saying. They're studying our behaviors as consumers. They're studying what we're doing, and they're creating these addictive things to just hook you. And guess what? They got insiders, see. They got insiders off of our consumer, you know what I'm saying, addictive behaviors. Crack chicken. Like they're calling it crack chicken. That's like the name. And for y'all that don't know, this is some local to Lansing. We got crack chicken. They call it crack chicken. They're selling it to you I'm talking about you buying it by the pans. But yet we keep consuming and consuming and consuming and not ever stopping to think like, yo, this is a setup. Like I'm talking about, it's a setup. If somebody tell you about to go somewhere and get somebody about to, shoot it, whatever. I'm just making stuff up. But you know that this is a setup and you keep going back and going back and going back. And crazy. Your phones, doggone it.
Yeah. But how the question is, they build you around the schedule and you end up being okay with that because you don't want to take control. Yep. So E, to your point now, let's segue this into what we were talking about with success because I didn't want to get too far derailed.
Yeah, no
but
question.
You talked about success and ownership earlier when we were talking about success, and really think about it. Like, it's so funny, man. People always, I think that's one of the top questions we get on the road. Like when we're not like in front of the big group, people always like, yo, do you really think like everybody can be successful? And E, you talked about it from a standpoint of, our run now. And it's crazy because I haven't even really thought about it. But like, if you talk about okay, let me ask y'all this. When would you say our run began? Okay, E, so before I go to the question or have you break it down. Okay, so we've been rocking and rolling for what, 13 years now, right? So Carl, 12 and a half, right? So at what point did we start having, would you say like success, like in terms of what the world would see as success? Like, oh, okay, y'all hot, like it's popping. When would y'all say?
I'll say, 2011, the book came out. I think we started picking up steam, during that time because we had 500.
The book came out in 2011. Yeah. Okay, and that was, and when did What's Your Why come out?
Ooh. I don't know. That had to be after the book, though. See, it had to be after the book.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
No, it was. But I remember like certain times people say, "Oh, do you remember?" But I don't remember like these big wow moments, but I do remember shifts. And I remember, look that up.
2012. I got you.
Remember,
2012. So right after the book.
2012.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So right after the book. And I remember feeling a shift right then. And I'm gonna tell you the reason I felt like it was a shift is because when we cut that video and we put it out, I knew it was gonna be hot. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew it was gonna go. Like I knew it was gonna be a big deal. And so to me, that in my mind, I remember thinking that. So in my head, it's gotta be like we had enough traction for me to think like, yo, this could make a splash, right? So anyway, that's kind of the video that I go to when I think about like where we were. So 2012, let's say 2011 though, the book came out. Because we had how many pre-orders for the book?
500, right?
Yeah, 500.
Yeah. Right, so 500. So yeah, so that's decent buzz, right? So 2011 is now 2018. We're halfway through 2018. When you say success, now this is a pretty decent run we've had. We ain't made it to 10 years yet, but we pulling up, right? And so, E, you talk about the factors, the outside factors that people probably see. You wake up at 3, you grind, you do this, y'all stayed together, no infighting, y'all added pieces to the team, y'all da-da-da-da. Like, okay, we see all of that. What are the intangibles that people don't see that have allowed us to get to this level?
First, I think what's important for people to understand is that, and it's just me, you know what I'm saying? I want to I'm like CJ father. You know what I'm saying? What do you say, C? 30 years and 4 months. What do you always say, C?
Oh yeah, 31 years and 4 days.
In 4 days, right? So I'm like C's father. So yeah. I've been doing this over, a quarter of a century. You know what I'm saying? Next year will be, pretty much at, the 30 mark. When I kind of started with the bell tower, and just speaking. And I think the biggest thing, and this is just for me. I'm not saying I'm gonna give you a couple things. I'm not saying this in this particular order. Well, I think the first thing I had to do, for me anyway, is keep my name. You know what I'm saying? My man said, put some respect on it. You know, and I think that's been the hardest thing for me because I started when I was young. And to be able to, now, I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, bruh. I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but, you know, I can tell you that I have kept my, you know, by the grace of God, I've kept my name, you know what I'm saying, respectable, you know, and I think that's difficult to do when you start at 18, 19 years old, you know, and you go your 20s, you go your 30s, and I'm in my 40s, and I'm a stone throw away from 50. You know, and I can honestly say, especially as a professional, you know, that I've done what I needed to do, you know, where it's not like, you know, you look me up on the internet, I don't got no scandals, you know, and we've had an opportunity to work with a lot of people that we could have put our names on, and it wouldn't have been wrong. See, like, we wouldn't have been doing anything wrong to be attached with certain people. We didn't do nothing wrong, but we could have gotten ourselves in a situation where over the years with people I could have worked with, who they don't necessarily have the best name. It don't mean that they monsters, but they don't have the best name. And so I don't have any tax, you know, evasion stuff. You know what I'm saying? I have any fraud. You know what I'm saying? I pay my student loans off. My credit score is straight. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the biggest piece, man.
About the worst thing is them dirty movies you order.
I know that's right. I know that's
Other
right.
than that,
you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Other than that.
And you know what though, man? You know, for real, man, bro, like I take that so serious. Even if people went through my movie watching, you know what I'm saying? You can't, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't be like, oh, he was on the movie. Like, bro, I kept my name
well, that's
clean.
where I draw the line.
I kept my name clean.
I got to draw the line.
No question, no question. No, I'm not mad
You ain't
at
about
you.
to come in the
Yeah,
movie.
I don't
I'm
drink,
mad
I
at
don't
you.
smoke. I gotta have something.
I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you.
You know what I'm saying?
You're the two man. You can get away with that. See, you know what I'm saying? You know, but by the grace of God, man, I think that's the hardest thing to do for over almost 30 years. You know, we're not talking about you starting when you in your 30s. Yeah, you got, you know what I'm saying? You got a different mindset. You know, but when you start, man, when you're 19, 20, you know what I'm saying, 21, 22, you know, it's a lot to get into. It's a lot to get into.
That's a long time to keep a clean reputation. It really is, especially in this day and age where I'm gonna be real, like, you know, and this is like the PC generation, and I'm gonna just be real, like, for everybody, look, it's so funny, man. We get people right in. Why y'all not talking about Trump? Why y'all not talking about this? Why you not like we know what's going on. I got an opinion on politics. I know what's going on with politics. We don't really get into it much because we tend to use this as a haven from the foolishness, right? Like we talk about stress, anxiety, all of those things. And I believe that the news, everything you see on TV, all of those things contribute to you having being a stressed out and things of that nature. And so we just chose, when we started this podcast, we'll be family, sports, you know, not that we won't speak to current issues and current events, but this is not a current events podcast. Like we want something that's going to last a lifetime. And so it's not that we don't see this stuff, and it's not that we don't have an opinion on it. We have very strong opinions on politics and things of that, and just in general, things that are going on in the world. And we actually do something about it. And for those of you who know our track record, you can see with the school days, you can see with us going into these schools and making it happen with teachers and in-service and education and the charity work we do and the donating we do, that we care about these issues, but we choose to, you know, keep the podcast for, you know, motivation, inspiration, and general, just a relief, I would say, from the outside world. I don't know how y'all feel about it, and we haven't had the conversation in a long time, but we really do try to use this as a haven for you to get away from all that talk. Like you watch that stuff all day. We just talk about it. You consume it all day. And then you come on the podcast and consume more of it. We tried to be different in that approach. But I say that to say for you, E, to keep a clean nose, if you will, for that long. And not even like cheating on Didi or nothing crazy, but just like even stuff now is like, yo, words you say and things you do, you know, coming back to haunt you. And bro, I'm seeing, I don't know if y'all been seeing these cats, these baseball players lately. It's like two baseball players, one for the Braves and one for the Astros. And they had some crazy tweets when they were like 15 or 16, and people digging up their tweets from 15 or 16 years old and they getting suspended, they getting, I don't know what, it's just everything going crazy for them. They might be 25, 26 years old, and they digging up tweets from 8, 9 years ago. And so we live in that generation, you know what I'm saying? We live in that era where, it's recreation to pull all your stuff up and make you look bad, you know what I mean? And so it really is amazing that you've done it for so long, but I think character is one of the things that you've always led with, and I think you see that paying off now with all the people, no disrespect, but all the people getting caught up in the Me Too, you know what I'm saying? Like, you seeing names of people you thought was just straight stand-up citizens who, basically admitting to and got multiple people accusing them of things that you would have never thought these people would be into. So definitely kudos to you for being in a position that you're in where people want to, know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even gonna say it. One of our competitors got caught up recently, right? Like, it was a big scandal for my man. Like, so it is, I'm praying that it can keep going.
Yeah, and that's what I said.
But,
I don't claim, bro, I
accomplishment.
promise you I don't claim, to be perfect. I claim the progress, and I'm just grateful that, we ain't had Twitter out when I was 15. Who knows what I would have said. So this ain't even no thing where I'm better than nobody. We ain't had Twitter out. So you'd caught me at 19, ain't no telling what, ain't no telling what I was saying. But I'm saying in terms of doing our professional run, I made a commitment in our professional run. Like, God, I don't want to do anything to tear down what we've built up. You know what I'm saying? And I think the second thing, and again, I ain't no Rochelle T. Parks. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no Sean, the model, health model. You know what I'm saying? I ain't into that. But I've kept my health up to the point where I've been able to keep up with these young guns. Like, I'm running with dudes 10, 12 years younger than me. You know what I'm saying? And, when you talk about being able to go to the airport, being able to turn around, get back on the airport, you're talking about being able to do 3 or 4 gigs, because that's what it took for us back in the day to get where we are. You're talking about driving here, driving there. Even now, praise be to God, God's grace. Like I said, I'm not no bodybuilder, but I've done the things that I needed to do in terms of my diet, as much as I can in terms of, drugs, as much as I could in terms of like being around toxic people and toxic environments. I try to do what I can, man, to keep my mind strong and keep my body strong so I can keep up. And when you've been doing something for 30 years, bro, like, that's just not easy to do, keep your health up. You have, for real, I was gone for 6 months, bro. Like, I wasn't at home. You know what I'm saying? I'm eating out, you know what I'm saying? I could be eating all kind of stuff. Like, I ain't gonna sit here and say I got the perfect diet, but it's just stuff that I could be eating burgers every day. You know what I'm saying? I could be eating ribs. Like, I'm grown. I could be at these restaurants smashing, drinking beers. I'm by myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm with Dee Dee, you know what I'm saying? And we on the road, eating out, and I'm trying my hardest to, like, all right, let me get the quesadilla if I'm cheating. You know what I'm saying? Let me get a Coke. Like, a Coke for me is cheating. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I realize with this team, I'm a lot older than you guys, but your futures is dependent upon the decisions I make day to day. You know what I'm saying? And maybe, who knows, the next 3 or 4 years, we might be in a position, and I see we're headed in that direction where you guys, we've built enough where it's residual and we don't have to really worry about, the ET brand like that. It's like, we put ourselves in a position where we had the type of products and services that we do have now. Maybe in 3 or 4 years, those products and services could put us in a situation where it's like, we don't need to lean on E no more. We got all these products and services. You know what I'm saying? We good.
Hey, it sound like you plan to while out, E. That's your plan.
Question.
3, 4 more years, you can hold it together and then let loose.
We'll see. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. But for now, it's like, and no disrespect to all the people who, trade and go to different teams and do what they feel like they have to do for their family. But the way I see it is like, we built this together. You know what I'm saying? We got to do this together. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't always easy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
how much of it is an obligation, though, and how much is it just that's your character? Like, if you was working at Burger King, you would be that kind of straight up.
Yeah, dude. I think it's a part of my character, but I think it's a part of my character because when you really look at going the distance, you see people who split up, and maybe one person might do good, the other person don't, or they neither one of them do it, whatever. I just kind of see it like, you got to be fair. Like, we built it together, and while it's going to be harder to stay together, like, that's the truth. Of course, it's easy for everybody to stay together when everybody broke or you're trying to build something. You can't go nowhere. You ain't got nothing. You know, but when you get to a place where you have, it's easy to be like, oh, okay, well, you go your way, you go your way, I go my way. Like everybody, you know, we good. Everybody can stand on their own 2 feet. You know what I'm saying? But for me, it's kind of like, yo, we built this together, and I like to be able to also do what is a miracle, and that's how long can we stay together? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's easy to do what a lot of people do, and that's blow up, and then everybody be like, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? I saw a hookup the other day. My wife, like, I missed the whole, what is it called? New Edition. Like, I missed when they did that tour. And my wife was like, okay, next time New Edition do the tour, I want to go. I was like, all right, bet, we'll go. And so she was like, saw something, was like, yo, New Edition coming to Detroit. She's like, but what's his name? Ain't gonna be there. What is it? Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, Mike. Who is it, Didi? Ralph. Didi like, Ralph ain't gonna be there. And she like, I don't even want to go. Ralph ain't gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it's Bear, Biv DeVoe, and Bobby. You know what I'm saying? And Didi like, yo, Ralph ain't there. I don't want to go. Like, and I want to be able to be that company 10 years from now. You know, God's willing. You know, we still doing our thing. I want people to be.
Well, not only that though, even sweeter than that, because they had to break up, then come back together, realize that they were better as a unit. But to go straight through, you know what I'm saying? Because nobody, like you said, nobody been able to do it for real. You know what I mean? Like, you look at, you know, every group, you know, I guess. Is there, like, can we think of another group that didn't break up?
Probably Earth, Wind, and Fire, maybe didn't break. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
That was before social media.
Okay, I got you.
You know,
I got you. Yeah, I got you.
They didn't have social. They couldn't look it up. But no, I mean, you think about it, for the most part, every great duo or trio or whatever, they broke up, try to do their own thing. Now, the only one who really worked for is Beyonce. I'm pretty sure she don't have any,
I think
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think
remorse.
she could. Wow.
Yeah, she seemed to be doing
I don't know,
all
because
right.
she brought him back for the Super Bowl, so maybe she did feel a little something, and it was just like, this ain't gonna work out.
Well, that's like you bringing Carl and I back to the Breakers. You know what I'm saying? For a night. You know what I'm saying? It's just pure charity. You know what I'm saying? Because you felt bad somewhere in your little evil heart, and you try to do some get back, like, hey, y'all want to come up here to the Breakers for the night? And we don't really want to, but we gonna go because we ain't got nothing else going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's more, you know what I'm saying? I think it's more of a, anyway, I digress. I'm going to see Beyonce, and I got tickets to see. Shout out to Jamal and Camille. Jamal and Camille got me and Candace tickets to go see Beyonce
in Chicago. Yeah, that's smart. That's beautiful. I love it. Yeah, that's phenomenal. So let me give you real quick then the last one, see, which to me is probably the hardest one, you know, but yeah, it's a gift, man, but you still gotta, you know what I'm saying? It ain't like when God give you a gift, you know, that gift is gonna go on cruise control, you know. So when I think about Inky, you know, I was teasing Inky the other day because we working together. I was like, yo, Ink, I'm not gonna make you taking my spot easy for you now. So when I see you in Philly, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put up a fight. And I think for me, see, you know, like I don't do school like that. Like I didn't do school like that, but there's just some things that I have done over the years to try to, you know, hone my gift and make sure I don't lose it and not be one of those people who just feel like, well, because you have a gift and people listen to you, you know, in 2000, that they're gonna listen to you in 2000 and 2020, like that's not gonna happen. And so I think the other thing that I've done, knowing that I play a major role in this company, is not putting us in a situation where it's like, okay, E considered one of the top motivational speakers, and I get content, I get lazy, you know what I'm saying? I start feeling myself, you know, and I don't practice on my gift. And I try to make sure that I'm better this year than I was last year. And I got some things that I'm doing to prepare myself for 2019 that's gonna make me even better. And I'm gonna surround myself with other great speakers, because I think, like, you know, just being on the podcast, I was saying the other day, and having the guests like Jamal and Josh, is like, even for me sitting there, I'm being stretched. And so I was like, yo, I gotta make sure I get these speakers too that are gonna be the best in the world, and surround myself with them and learn from them and push them and get pushed by them. You know, so when I'm with Inky, like, yo, I'm sitting there taking notes. I'm like, yo, this dude, like, yo, for real, like, this dude passion, like, this dude care. So I think that's the last thing that I have committed myself to, is just like making sure that until God calls me home, that I keep sharpening my tool. And I just don't take for granted that just because I'm doing well today, that the work I'm putting in today is going to last.
How do you sharpen your tool when you get to this level? Honestly, like, how do you, because you said you reading a page now instead of a sentence. but like, what do you contribute most of your, I guess, professional growth to these days, and how do you measure it?
That's a good question.
Well, I think for me, these assessment tests we're doing, so, of course, I did the animal assessment, then we did the values, and I'm learning a lot about myself, but I'm also able to study the other animals. So I feel like when I speak now, I'm not just speaking to flamingos. I feel like I know all the animals and what their strengths and weaknesses are. So when I come in the room, it's not an overkill of flamingo. It's like, oh, okay, I see what I got to do to push the chameleon. Oh, I see what I got to do to push the turtle. Oh, I see what I got to do to balance the gorilla. All right, let's go, E. You know what I'm saying? And then when I took the values test, it's kind of like you take the test and you see what your value is, but you also see what other people's values are and why they do what they do. And it's not a thing of, well, if you ain't doing what I do, you ain't deep. It's like respecting others. So it's like, learning, if you will, just the language of people. You know what I'm saying? Of course, studying the second language is what I'm doing because it's helping me just to really see like how some errors I made growing up academically and some things I can do like to kind of sharpen myself. I told you I went to the concert with Kurt Franklin. He's been doing it for over 20 years. I think, Carl, like Melodies from Heaven was like doggone late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for me, studying Kurt and getting an opportunity to be in Kurt's presence, it's like, Kurt, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? To kind of keep your game where it is and just watching him, learning from him, seeing him pass it to his kids, looking at his physique, looking at some of the artists that he's been hooking up with, the Chases of the world. Like, I'm like Chance, the rapper. Like, I'm looking at my man, like Male Music. I'm like, okay, I see what you're doing, bruh. Lecrae, I say, okay, cool. I see what you're doing. I see where you're going. So for me, studying the other people who've been doing it for 20 years or plus, kind of peeping out their styles, and then immersing myself in my work right now. I'm going to speak to a bunch of school teachers, school leaders, I should say, superintendents, assistant superintendents, principals, and spending, time with them. Like, come, walk me through your school. What are some of the challenges you're facing? I was at Iowa State. I spent an hour with 4 coaches. Sit me down, talk to me about the culture. Talk to me about the kids. What do you think about millennials? What did you learn in the NBA? What did you learn as a general manager before you became a coach? And just really immersing myself in the industry in a way that I didn't early in my career. I kind of went off of my strength. Like, I kind of went off of my passion and my drive, and I don't really care. I ain't talking to nobody. I'm just going in the room and waxing deep. But now I spend at least 30 minutes to an hour with the people that bring me in, and we kind of talk, and I try to get notes from them and kind of think how they're thinking, and then go in the room and put myself in a position, not as an outsider, but almost speak as I'm a part of that particular culture, if you will.
How do you keep from getting, I guess the word's not content, because I know that's never your style, but how do you keep it exciting, I guess? Because you are on the road 24/7. You speak every day, all day, 365, and I know it's your gift, and you got to stay committed, and I know you're going to do a great job at a high level, but you know how Jordan had to like start playing mind games with himself? Like, he would like make up people talking junk to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he would literally like make it up in his mind, like trying to find a competitive edge from somewhere. Because I imagine after you win a couple championships, and you make all of that money, you're at a place where winning, it can't feel the same as it did before, right? Like, you know what that high is like now. And so how do you challenge yourself or keep it from getting boring? Or is it starting to get boring?
No questions asked. Definitely not starting to get boring. And this is why I would say to people, like, for real, you need to be a part of Breathe University. You need to be in the Game Changers. I was just talking to Joe, and I was like, yo, Joe, you spoke twice for Jalen's event. Bro, you're a phenomenal speaker. Like, you just gifted. And the reason, Joe, you won't go to the next level is because you with police officers every day. And no disrespect to police officers. Like, those police officers are going to help you to become a great police officer, but they're not about to help you to be one of the top motivational speakers in the world, see? You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real. That's not what they do. And I was like, bro, you need to get with the Game Changers, and then you probably need to be a part of the masters of the game, and he's been with us for 4 years, and he's been survived his whole time. Like, he's like, yo, I've been in a $19 package since the day y'all started. And I was like, yo, bro, I'm telling you, you need to take it to the next level. I promise you, as soon as we finish, he's like, where do I call C? Like, I'm ready to do the Game Changers. I'm ready to do Masters of the Game. And so I tell people that they need to be a part of that because, believe it or not, C, like, let's just say, this is a team and I'm on offense, so I feel like I'm sitting back, I'm like a top level, quarterback, and I'm watching you play defense, you know what I'm saying, and you like Ray Lewis playing defense, you know what I'm saying, and I'm sitting there on offense like, yo, hurry up and get a fumble or something, because the offense is killing. I'm ready to get out there and do my thing. So the first thing that kind of keeps me pumped up is just that competitive, like being competitive, and being around people who are dominating in their circle. You know what I'm saying? So when I see the mixtape come out, when I see the masters of the game, you know what I'm saying? And I know, of course, man, I'm doing my part with the masters of the game, but I'm not necessarily structuring that. So for me, it's like, oh, okay, they're over here killing the masters of the game. Okay, game changes. All right, cool. They're over here killing the game changes. All right, school days. I'm about to murder school days. We're about to take school days to a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, it's like, even in my own circle of influence, it's enough life, it's enough productivity for me to be like, all right, when we get the ball back, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not over the sideline seat just watching you do your thing. I'm on there like, oh, okay, coach, come here real quick. Let me see that play again. Okay, show me that. All right, when I get back out, all right, I'm about to score a touchdown. All right, y'all get a touchdown, I'm getting a touchdown. Y'all stop them, I'm coming in getting a touchdown. So for me, I think that's the thing right now that's so powerful, is just to see this company changing and going to another level. You know what I'm saying? In so many areas, I just feel like for me, it's like, you can't get comfortable. You can't just be like, you the speaker. It's like, okay, what can you do with school days? How can you take school days to the next level? Just, man, watching LeBron, bro, with the school he just did.
I was just gonna bring it up. You took it from me, yeah.
So me looking at LeBron do his thing, like I ain't into sports.
Thanks for ruining the line of the week.
Okay, so we was all on it. I was gonna say, okay, go for it.
Oh yeah, so I'm just saying. So watching LeBron do his thing, it's like, yo, I'm not no basketball player. You know what I'm saying? So while I enjoy to a limited extent basketball, I didn't even play basketball. So like that's not really my sport like that. But when he did the school, let me tell y'all, man, like for real, for me, I'm not shocked. Like I helped do some work, for a year or two when my boy Russell was the school leader at Jalen Rose Academy. So I've been with and have been a part of programs with athletes, with superstars, if you will. Now I haven't been a part of LeBron's thing. I'm not saying that, but I've been in these schools where where athletes have put together these phenomenal curriculums, et cetera. But when I saw a staircase at LeBron's school, the staircase, bruh. When I saw what these kids was walking into, I'm like, yo. So I'm inspired by LeBron. Like, yo, I'm already knowing I'm gonna do a school, but LeBron got me like on some like, yo, be careful, how you do your school though. Don't just open up no normal doors. They got bikes, you know what I'm saying? They got helmets. They got the GED programs for the parents. Some kind of work opportunities for the parents. They've got the free breakfast, the lunch, the snack. Like I said, the bicycle boy, so you can get back and forth. If you live in a 2-mile radius, you get transportation to the joint. You get a free scholarship if you finish his school. You know what I'm saying? You get to go to college for free. Like, you get to see LeBron. It's just a lot, bro. So for me, it's like, yo, I can't afford to chill because I've become one of the, premier speakers in the world. I haven't started a school yet. I haven't opened up an adult facility I haven't opened up a GED program. I haven't, so just watching you and ETA do their thing, and go to this next level, watching LeBron do his thing. Yeah, those are the things that get me inspired to say, hey, everybody wanted to win 5 because Magic won 5. Then everybody wanted to win 6 because MJ won 6. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to have a shoe. Why? Because MJ had a shoe. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like, yo, I'm just getting started, bro. Like Serena said, I'm just getting started. When you look at what LeBron is doing, Jalen Rose opened up an academy in Detroit. I'm from Detroit. You know what I'm saying? So when I see these individuals, man, and not just play a sport, but do great things, it's just like, yo, I wish we could bleep, 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 bleep. I don't want, give the wrong image because I never seen Power, the show. But I've heard a lot about it. And for me, I have a level of respect for 50. It's like, yo, you went from doing rapping to, to your G Unit, and they did big things, to now you have one of the top shows on the network. Like, that's big. And so it's like, okay, yeah, see,
Which, by the way, they better step it up because this season been a little disappointing thus far.
I heard the opposite. I heard somebody say this was one of the fire ones.
Nah.
Okay.
No,
okay.
You talking to the wrong people.
But
that's one of the few shows that me and my wife watch, and this season has been.
But the other ones were good though.
just a little. It's new, so I'm gonna give it a chance. But been a little. I didn't see the one last week anyway.
Okay,
though, so
all right.
maybe it got
Yeah,
better.
but so I'm just saying, you see these people who are become number one in their arena, but then they go outside of their arena and they start doing other phenomenal things. So it's like, yo, we pretty much have cornered this market and we were doing a good thing. But like you said, we got other stuff, with the
Time to diversify that portfolio.
And we are, but I think there's still more room to diversify from, like C-Say with the Solar Boy, with the real estate piece, the courses that we're teaching on BU that are helping people, get to another level, the stuff we're doing in the schools. So,
we got Jamal course almost ready to get fired up here shortly, and that's going to be crazy.
I've been
Shout
getting
out to everybody
so many emails, bro. I got 3 emails yesterday. Yeah.
It's coming, and we want to do it a little different, man. We're going to have like live video courses too, where he can walk you through how he, evaluates a property, how he looks at a home, determines whether to flip it, determines whether to keep it, and the whole nine, man. We're going to put together a beautiful system for y'all, so just be on the lookout for that. But no, E, your point is well taken. Last question or last thing, E, that I wanted to contribute to the discussion is, and try to answer this in a human way if you can. Please don't give us. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want the Superman
Nobel Prize.
answer.
You don't want the Nobel Prize.
So
answer.
Answer it in the way of somebody who would order a movie. You know what I'm saying? From the hotel. Just, you know what I'm saying? As if they was. You know what I'm saying, Carl? Y'all see who the real troublemaker is. You see how Carl be egging me on with all that laughing. I try to just slide it in and slide out, and Carl just.
What was the name of the service? E, I just want to hear the name one more time.
I'm not even going to say it, Carl.
Hey, see, because I don't know if you peeped it, but he said something at first.
You better not continue watching that on the plane, though. I promise you. Ain't gonna have your butt up off that plane.
It's a little kid behind you, E. Cut that out.
That's why they shouldn't be in first class anyway, huh? E? I forgot what I was going to say.
I'm sure you did.
I'm sure serious answer. He's about to ask him a question, a serious answer.
Okay. So the other obvious ingredient, and I would say probably, Carl, you can disagree with me with him if I'm wrong, of E's success personally would be the consistency piece, right? And so everybody knows that your routine is just insane. So in terms of that consistency, on the days where you don't feel it, like, I mean, for real, I had one yesterday. I'm gonna just be real. I don't know what was going on, but yesterday, bro, and maybe it's because my wife went out of town and I had the kiddos on the solo. I'm not sure what happened, but like yesterday, bro, I'm telling you, I just did not feel it. Like, I woke up kind of in a little late, kind of in the fog a little bit. The kids it was their first day of school, so I was trying to get them ready, couldn't find nothing. I did end up hitting the gym, but I wasn't feeling that, and I came back and had a whole bunch to do. But I promise you, I wasn't feeling it. And I'm not gonna say I didn't get it done, but I can't say I was productive as I should have been yesterday, just because I was just in a funk, bro. Like, every time I tried to open something, you open something to get busy, and then you do it for like 20 minutes, and you like, man, I was almost like falling asleep. How can we maintain that high level of productivity when you're not feeling it? Like, just flat out, like, yo, this is a day that I'm ready to just chalk up now. Cause I'm just be for real, man. I wasn't feeling it yesterday. You know what I mean? Like, I was, in a funk. Like, I couldn't get done what I felt like I needed to get done. I probably got about 67% of the stuff I needed done, but and that's rare for me. Like I said, I was in a funk, and I rarely get like that because I do try to stay, steadfast to my routine, which I think helps. But for you, like, give us a human answer, because I know there's days when, and you would never know it, you know what I mean? Like, but I know there's days when you get up and you like, okay, it's 3, I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling this walk. I'm not feeling the 18-mile journey. I'm not feeling the prayer line. I'm not feeling. How do you still make it happen?
So I'll be honest with you, and this is very human. I think people do themselves an injustice when they realistically think that they're going to be able to keep that high for 365 days. You know what I'm saying? Like, you killing yourself just thinking that. So for me, it's like, it's 365 days. So if I get 320 or 330 of those days, operated at a high level, I'm already beating like 90% of the humans. I saw something the other day, I think Kendall put it up, see, and it said if you make six figures, like at the low level six figures, 100 and some thousand, you represent the 5% of the world in terms of your income, see. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. So if you just make $110,000 a year, you are in the 5%. The other 95% is $9.99.99 and down, and you know what I'm saying? So for me, I look at it as I don't have to. I always say this. See, if you're a gazelle, you don't have to worry if you're a gazelle, but you're at the front of the line gazelle. You're a fast gazelle. You know what I'm saying? Because the lion ain't about to catch the fast gazelle. He about to catch the one that's in the back, the one that's chilling. So for me, I don't even try to have 365 high days. I try to average around 320, 330, right? So I do this thing with, and it's funny that you would say that today. So met with Joe this morning at 5:30. We walked for an hour and a half, so 7 o'clock. I get back, I got the prayer line, and of course Didi and Jada are with me. Jada's about to go back to school, so we trying to get in our time, and I'm just like, yo, I don't have time to go run, 4 miles. Like I just don't have the time to do it. So I came in the room and I did the her name, Rochelle. I did Rochelle T. Parks, your motivator. I did her HIIT, which is a high intensity training. And she gave me a 5-minute and a 10-minute, see? So it was like, yo, I'm about to knock this 10-minute joint out. You know what I'm saying? I did two 90-second planks, did the push-up boy for 30 seconds. Then you go from that to the ab thing. And then you go from that to the squats. Then you go back to you feel me? So I was just like, yo, when Didi get up, she gonna go on a walk the beach. So you gonna have to let the run thing go. It's not about to happen. But what you can do is you walk with him, you walk with her. I probably put in close to 6 miles, 3.5 with him, 3.5 with D. And I did the HIIT. You know what I'm saying? And the HIIT ain't my thing, but that 10-minute HIIT just guarantees it's not gonna be a total wasted day. And then Didi and I did lunch, we split lunch. You feel me, Carl? So it's like, you ain't run, so you can't smash. You know what I'm saying? So we just split lunch, bro. So I'm just saying, I don't have it where I'm trying to do 365. Give me 320, 330.
Hey, you got contingencies for the off
Yeah,
days.
absolutely. Yep, it's a good term. Yep, absolutely. So that we at least get something done, Carl. So it's like, yo, this ain't about to be my best day. So let's just do a 10-minute boy. And then I'll do another. Yeah, I might do another 10-minute, maybe later. But maybe
then how do you make sure you don't get caught up in that though? Because then complacency is the devil.
But Carl just said
It's
the contingency plan.
You have a not best day, then the next day you're like, what? Just another bad off day. Let me just do a 5 minute.
It's what Carl said though.
Next thing you know, you laying on the couch eating potato chips, looking like Nutty
but
Professor.
I'm just saying, Carl said it's a contingency
choosing
plan.
another movie.
Yeah,
Right. So watching another movie.
Lord have mercy. I got to get two different hosts. See them pull him all the way in now. He'll pull him over now.
Hey, me and Carl about to start a whole new podcast.
Y'all need to.
It's for dog ears
Lord
only.
have mercy. But yeah, Carl, it becomes, if your contingency plan is the plan, then it's not a contingency plan. It's the plan.
Right.
You feel me? So, you know what I'm saying? So,
No doubt.
So no, you can't get caught up in the contingency plan, and then give yourself a hookup. Like I can only have 2 days of this or 3 days of this, but I can't have 3 back-to-back days. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I swear, don't do it, because then it become a habit quick. I'm telling you. Once you get past 35 years old, you could eat healthy for 62 days in a row and eat one egg, turkey, bacon, and cheese sandwich.
Great.
And I promise you looking like you got stung by a bee. I'm like, what in the
It's
devil?
so discouraging. It's so discouraging.
It's so
I'm 2 days from-
discouraging. Bro, I'm talking about you get one fumble for every 62 touchdowns you score, bro. And you out of here. You like back to the Canadian
I'm
League.
talking about the Canadian League, bro. One sandwich.
That's why I swear I don't even like doing a cheat day no more. I'm like, yo, the cheat day ruined 8 weeks worth of work. Man, shoot. Organifi, gently green dry superfood greens powder. Now you can get all your healthy superfoods in one glass with no chopping, no blending, no juicing, no cleanup, all right? Imagine drinking some of the world's greatest superfoods in one glass. Organifi's proprietary formula is scientifically designed to nourish your body with vital nutrients without the need to dramatically change or alter your daily routine, all right? And the best part about this thing, guys, is 100% money-back guarantee when you order Organifi green juice today, all right? You're protected by the 30-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee, non-GMO, gluten-free, soy-free, and vegan. And y'all know E is vegan-ish.
That's right.
And he has
like that.
He has co-signed this.
That's right.
So he is veganish, and we give a big shout out to our sponsor, Organifi. Bless you. Big shout out to our sponsor, Organifi, for always rocking with the podcast, showing us love, man. Go to Organifi.com, ORGANIFI. Use the promo code SUCCESS for 20% off your order, man. Let us know what you think. Shout out to everybody who's been emailing us in and sending pics and the whole 9 of them rocking with the Organifi, man. I see everybody out there just going to work, getting that goodness inside of you. So shout out to Organifi for being our partner on this podcast. You guys already know.
You don't need a contingency plan with Organifi. It's already easy enough for you. You don't need it.
No, you don't need a contingency plan. This is a good one. This is for Dave in Iowa said, E.T., what do you do when you met somebody before and you know you should know their name, but you forgot? And then you meet them again. What's the proper way to ask them their name without offending them? The second
just
time.
be real, bro. Like, bro, I swear, man, my bad on everything. Like, I'm just forgetful, bro. What's your name again? Don't even play with it.
Honest route.
Yeah,
Let's go the honest route.
Yeah, don't even play, bro. I forgot, bro. What's your name again?
Well, Carl, what do you do in that situation?
I'm faking it till I'm talking about faking it till I make it. What up, bro? Man, it's been a minute. Yep. I'm faking it all the way out.
Let me see your license real quick.
Right. And only because, see, what I say is it's unfair for us, man. We going from city to city, event to event. You're going to see our face. You're remembering our face. It's hard, and I'm not trying to be nothing close to big time. It's just we seeing 100 people like every 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So it's just hard. I know you.
I got a 4-conference rule. If you come to 4, I'm going to remember your name.
For sure, yeah.
But
if
you've been to 2,
and
I met you in St. Louis in 2016 and then 2018, I'm sorry if I forgot your first name, but I will come to 2 more and I'll remember. So shout out to everybody coming out to the con. So E, you said just ask them.
I just tell the truth, bro. Like, yo, for real, I apologize. I know you probably told me your name 3 or 4 times. I forgot, bro. If you just tell me your name again, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate it. This time I'm gonna put and what I'll do is, like, if he say my name is Bruce, I'll be like, yo, Bruce Smith from the Buffalo Bills. I'm gonna try to remember that next time. Bruce Smith. But hey, do me a favor. Right. If I forget your name again, bro, don't take it personal. Like, I won't forget him.
Let me tell you something. I'll put you in my phone as Bruce Smith, Buffalo Bills from the Cincinnati Conference 2000.
No question.
And that way when you call me, you know what I'm saying? The whole thing, a whole paragraph
no
come
question,
up.
Bro.
And I know exactly who you are. Let's see. Let's jump to another one. Leonard said, each of you's biggest flaw as a leader.
Oh, man. That's easy for me. Not being effective duplicator of myself.
Not being a leader at all.
Being a leader
I'm just saying, that's
all.
me. I'm just not, you know what I'm saying? I'm more of a shepherd, you know what I'm saying? And I gotta.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I have to, when we're in a business situation, I have to turn that leader on and just say, hey, I gotta do what's best for the business, because the business is the focus, not the person. Whereas when you're doing ministry, the person is the focus, not necessarily the ministry. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's just turning off the shepherd boy and giving you what you need, and that's, you know, the leader. So that's usually my challenge.
My biggest flaw is that I just don't have
Right.
You know
That's a big flaw.
No, I'm just saying, like, that's one of them trick questions, like on your on an interview on the job. They're like, what's your greatest flaw? You like, look, it's just that I work too hard. You know, I bury myself in my work and I'm just overproductive. You know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of question is that? Hate when they
I
ask
won't be
them
coming to work
questions.
on time. I get drunk on Sunday and I don't usually come to work on time.
You know what I'm saying?
Monday.
Flat out. Right. Right. Exactly. Anybody about to say all that? Biggest flaw as a leader? Probably, I would say for me, maybe impatience, maybe.
Yeah,
I would say impatience. You know what I mean? Back to the animal assessment. I get
after it.
rather
Yeah,
quickly.
you get after it.
I know that. Yeah. No, I do. You know what I mean? Sometimes I just have to pray and just let God use me. Let's see. Aisha in Houston said, "Oh my God, I love Toby." CJ, how did you find Toby? Actually, E and Carl found Toby, and I just, You know what I mean?
See,
I
put him
just
to work.
polished him up. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Toby. If you don't know who Toby is, you should know who he is. Toby Nwigwe, our artist, ETA. It sounds weird to say our artist. He's not really our artist. He's his own artist. But did y'all see he just got the blue check today?
Oh, for real? I didn't see it.
Yeah, so he verified on
Big
IG.
time.
And he blowing up, man. You see Erykah Badu reposting this stuff, man, giving him big shout outs. He was on the FaceTime with Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle telling him how much he loved the music. And man, just a blessing to watch Toby go to that next level. And we've been actually getting a lot of emails and comments from people asking if we could bring him on the podcast, which I think would be good because he's got an incredible story. Really does. But to see him, blowing up, going to the next level, of course, he had performed at the BET Awards and just going crazy, man. And,
I hit him up and told him Joseph Lowry said I was dope. You know what I'm saying? And sent him a pic. He was dying laughing.
Right.
He said, I love it. He said, Erykah Badu said I'm dope.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just saying, even that is magical how he took, a tweet back, how he took his conversation with Dave Chappelle and turned it into a song. It's like the boy is just mad creative, man. It's mad creative. Using everything you have, use what you got to get what you want, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. All right. Let's stop there. Any announcements, Carl? Hit us with the announcements. Drum roll, please.
Drum roll. All right, y'all. Y'all know, of course, we got. So let me start with BU, y'all. We have our coaching with Eric Thomas. Just like, we not even making it deep, y'all. You go to breatheuniversity.com. It's the big blue banner. Like, don't ask no questions. Click the button. Stop playing around. Y'all heard it. You want to be a part of this thing because we're not playing, y'all. We're trying to take not only ourselves, but as many people as we can with us, you know what I'm saying, on this journey. Like, what's the line I said at the beginning? We're tired of seeing people do ostrich things when we know you got eagle wings, you know what I'm saying? So, for real, stop playing. Join Breathe University. We have our weekly call. And again, we said it last week. Eric Thomas, the one, the only hip-hop preacher, is on the call every single Sunday morning. And he's bringing messages, prepared messages, just like he's preparing for keynotes. He's bringing prepared messages directly for us, and we get to ask questions to E directly. So, like, quit playing. Like I said, go to breatheuniversity.com and just join our coaching with ET package. Man, we got some events coming up, of course. We got our Take Control San Francisco, August 26th. That's right around the corner. Saving 7,000 is September 1st, of course, in Atlanta. And then y'all heard us talk a little bit about it, but Ignite the Dream, you're going to be hearing a lot about that one. That's the one that E and Inky going in a showdown. I'm talking about, it sound like E sound like he, what's the movie with your boy, Michael B. Jordan? E sound like he going back into trend and Creed, right. E sound like he in Creed trying to get his reps up. That, of course, is September 9th. And last but not least, our Phenomenal Life Jamaica, guys, February 25th to March 3rd. We're going Iberostar. If anybody's ever been or heard about Iberostar, let me tell you, it's the best vacation that I've ever had in my life. Our boy Quest got married at Iberostar, and we just going right back to Iberostar in Jamaica this time. But you do not want to miss this, guys. We're doing live sessions. Like, it's not just hanging out. We're doing both. We hanging out, we having fun, but at the same time, we got Sean coming through and just killing it with the health game. We got Rob coming through with the finance game. And then, of course, we got the squad. E going to be bringing some fresh content. C going to be bringing some content. We got Josh, Jamal, the whole squad, y'all. So you definitely do not want to miss this out. Again, February 25th to March 3rd. The website is phenomenallifejamaica.com.
All right. Hey, man, you sound like you're getting pretty good at that, bro. I'm going to start letting you do that on the red.
Yeah, let's get it.
E, I'll see you on, before we get to the nugget of the day, I'll see you on Friday and Saturday, I think. We got Bama, and of course, E is baptizing Miss Ellie Downs, Dr. Downs, who you guys heard on the podcast. E is baptizing, who's also Candace and I's goddaughter, baptizing her on Saturday morning. I believe we have University of Alabama the day before,
yes,
correct?
Absolutely, football. Try to see if I can.
So it would be with the Roll Tide.
So if anybody's listening to this, I'm trying to see if we can get to Avery Johnson while we down there, see, because the basketball team is doing that thing.
Oh, yeah, no. You know Avery lives right around the corner from Adam.
Oh, good. Okay, good.
Yeah, so I'll tell Adam
go knock on the door.
Walk over there and let him know what's up. But yeah, no, Avery definitely is right there. So, yeah, I think that's about it for me, guys. I appreciate y'all. And E, why don't you get us out of here on this nugget of the day so we can get some work done?
Guys, let me just keep it 100 with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Just while we in here and we like right here. And I'm looking at, man, out my window, and I see a group of young people. They're probably like, man, in their 20s, in the middle of the day. Let me see what time it is, Carl. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to speak out of turn. 1:48, Carl. They probably been out there for about 30 minutes. It's two couples. They're in their 20s, bro. And they out in the beach enjoying themselves, Carl. They on the beach. They got their towel out. I see a little soccer ball. They got their little snacks out. A group of them went, I think one couple, they went, she looked like she has on a snorkel and stuff down there, and they just went out in the deep doing their thing, and the other two are holding hands, walking past back and forth on this rock. Listen to me, y'all. It's your life. Do not accept the life that's been given to you. You like, yo, this is where my mama was born. This is where my daddy was born. This is where my grandparents was born. Like, this all I know. I haven't been 8-mile radius outside of my neighborhood. Guys, do not accept the world that was given to you. This is what my people do for a living. This, my uncle was in the gang. My brother was in the gang. My father was in the gang. You know what I'm saying? My people did this for a living. Like, do not accept the life that was given to you. Here are a group of young people with shorts on, shirts off. She got the snorkeling stuff. My man with her, they in the deep. They walking holding hand. Like, look, it's here, West Palm. It's here. It's in America. You can experience it. I'm seeing cruise ships. I'm seeing private boats out here. Like, guys, this is a life that is available to you. This is a life that's available to you. Matter of fact, Carl grew up swimming in this kind of stuff right here. It's real. It can happen for you. So do me a favor, do not accept the world that has been given to you. You go get you a pen, go get you a pad, and you write the life you want to live. And then after you write it, you close that book and you go out and do the stuff that's necessary to live your best life. So stop living somebody else's life and live your best life. I ain't got time for you. I'm living my best life.
Hey, appreciate that nugget of the day. E, Carl, appreciate you, man. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all listening. Go leave us a review on iTunes. We'll see you next week.
I want you to focus on here right now. Don't you worry about when you get home. You concentrate on this opportunity. You don't worry about tomorrow. You concentrate on this opportunity with all your might, with all your soul, with all your heart.
Visit paypal.com/growth to set up a free business account today.
I wake up every single day. I am who I say I am. And I get what I get because I live in beast mode. Stop being gazelles. You're not average. You're not even good. You were born to be great.
What's going on, world? Welcome to another edition of the Secret to Success podcast. I'm your host, CJ, joined as always by the Bayesian sensation, Mr. Carl Wesley Phillips.
What up?
And Dr. Douglas Thomas. What's going on, E?
Mic check one. Mic check one. I think we
You
good.
always wanted to be in a rap group when you was coming
You know
out.
what I'm saying?
You always thought
I think we good. Hey,
you always thought
you heard my song
supposed
though.
to be in DMC. You know
You
what I'm
heard my
saying?
song though, the one that just came out where I'm doing the Kirk Franklin in the beginning of the. Did you hear that one yet?
I still hadn't heard it. No, I still hadn't heard it.
I gotta let y'all hear
Wayne
Wayne Buckner, my boy Wayne Buckner, and True Identity. Why don't we stop now? If we could stop right now, and real quick, Maestro, if you could play that, cause he always. So let's just play that. And 1, 2, 3.
Hey, see.
All right, there we
See,
go.
You remember when it used to be humble? See, you remember them days?
Oh, bro, no, I actually know. I don't.
I gotta let C know though, because he keep joning on. I told him I was doing a rap back in the day. You know what I'm saying? I just like it's the truth.
What did they used to call you
and
back
I'm
in the
like,
day? I can't even remember. What did your
it's
homies
a lost
used to call you?
file. I was with a group and I rapped on their hookup and it's a lost file. So this is the closest one I had to that. So I just wanted, you know how I am
Let
when
me
you
tell you
say I
something.
ain't do
I
something.
pray nobody finds
feel like
my
you're
lost
lying.
file raps. Because let me tell you something. I thought I was in death row. I'm talking about, bro, if somebody was to find my raps,
I may be out of a job, dog. They'd be like, okay, you got to go. You know what I'm saying? I sold so many drugs and shot so many guns in my raps. It was
I know that's
incredible.
right.
From Lansing,
elbow.
Michigan.
We
Yeah,
didn't
right.
even
From
know. I was like
Lansing.
Vanilla Ice before Vanilla Ice. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't even know it. I was like, what's the problem? You know what I'm saying? Like, that was just what you did. My homie had
It's
some
entertainment,
recording
right?
equipment.
It's entertainment.
Oh, no doubt. We'll listen to Eazy-E and then go straight in the booth. Like, yep, we got that too. You know what I'm saying? With a curfew at 8 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Unbelievable.
Wow.
CB4. Shout out to CB4. Y'all don't know that movie, but a lot of people listening do. Man, let me tell you something. Am I tripping, or is it nothing like a good flu to help you appreciate some health? And it's crazy, man. You know, when you, for real, this is serious, in all seriousness, when you think about how the body works, some of you may be able to hear me right now, and I'm a little under the weather. I hadn't been sick. I'm talking about, like, especially the flu. I mean, probably since, I want to say right around the time Trey was born. So Trey's 4.5. And so that was like right when we moved into our old house. So anyway, you know how, like, when you don't, I'm seeing now, maybe because I'm older too, when you don't stay up on your body and make sure you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, like, that sickness can hit you. And so I think, man, with just all the stuff that was going on with Chris, you know, I was stressed, obviously hurt. I wasn't sleeping like I should have been sleeping. I wasn't hit the gym like I should have been. I wasn't hitting my Organifi like I should have been. Like, I was just chilling. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was a tough couple weeks for me. And, like, my body, like, I don't know what happened, but, man, Sunday I woke up and I'm talking about my whole throat was closed. And I was like, man, and Carl was here, matter of fact.
Yeah.
And remember, Carl, I looked at you and was like, yo, my throat. And you was like, for real? And I'm like, yeah. And I was like, and then, like, I think Carl and Ma ended up leaving at, like, what, 4 o'clock or something?
Yeah, at 4.
And by the time 4 hit, I told Carl, I was like, nah, bruh, like, something wrong. And Carl was like, you straight? And I was like, nah. So after you left, Carl, I spiked a fever of like 103.
Are you serious?
And, bruh, crazy. I'm talking about I was burning up. I'm like, yo, I know I got the flu. And so, sure enough, man, 3 days, 2.5 days, my wife said 3 days, man, I was going through it. I'm talking about, like, I laid in the bed under the covers, and, man, shout out to Tay, who, you know, she always home remedied me. Tay got me, oh, my goodness. She got me eating garlic and, like, chopping it up real fine and then, like, eating it, like, swallowing it like a pill, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, not even, like, chew or nothing like that. I'm like, man, can I put it on a steak or something? You just want me to swallow it? I'm talking about, so I was swallowing garlic, ginger tea, of course, all the old recipes. Then you know me, I'm not even gonna play with it. I'm on the nighttime Theraflu, something wicked. But man, I'm talking about full body aches, pains, throat swole up. So I've spent a lot of time in the bed. So I do, on a positive note, I have some great Netflix recommendations because I watched TV for 2 straight days as I was in and out. You know how you got the flu and you just like fall asleep for like 3 hours, wake up for an hour. And, but yeah, nah, man, I was going through it. But it's crazy how you get sick like that. And I was just like, God, I'd do anything to be able to go outside and check the mail. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, and it's crazy because when you're healthy, you don't appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Like, like even today, I got up, you know, and I'm not 100%. I'll probably put my health at about 86% right now. So I'm getting there. I don't feel quite as strong as I usually do. I've still got a little soreness just from, you know, being in the bed that many days. But like, even getting up, putting my shoes on, taking my kids to school, coming back, you really do realize you take that stuff for granted. You know what I'm saying? So every day you wake up and you like feeling good, yo, it's an opportunity. I remember I was sitting there the other day, I promise you, I was laying under the covers and I was like, yo, as soon as I get healthy, I'm going crazy. I'm about to do so much, you know what I'm saying? Like, just like work-wise, I was just like, yo, like, for real, I feel blessed to be healthy. And it's like, yo, I feel like, man, so many of us, we take it for granted. And this time I was like, yo, I really want to remember this feeling. Like, you in the bed, you can't move, your head is pounding. Like, yo, when you get back right, don't waste a second. Like, go hard when you can go hard. And so I'm on the mend now, fellas. I'm definitely feeling better. I appreciate all the well wishes. For those of you who text me in the last week and didn't hear nothing back, you know why. So don't take it personal. I don't text back a whole lot as it is, but with the flu, it's just like, forget about it. But yeah, no, man, I'm on the mend now, but I don't know, man. I don't know when I can't remember the last time. I remember one time EU got sick and lost like, that was what springboarded E into losing weight. He lost about 75 pounds one time. He went from chunky E to light E in one flu. I remember E came back healthy like a week later and was like, hey, I'm good, the gut is gone.
Yeah, no, little Davion got me sick, bruh. And every time I see him, I kiss him in his mouth. It was the best of the worst, bruh.
No doubt. E came out about 50 pounds lighter, was like, hey, it ain't all bad. Let's go. I remember literally that day E started working out. We ain't never worked out before that. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm just being real. It was like a kickstart boy. It was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? It was like a kickstart boy. So no, definitely, yeah. Sometimes sickness can, sometimes it can be good, but for some of y'all, you don't have enough weight. I had enough weight to be able to get
lose
sick.
And be all right.
Yeah. Some of y'all got to stay healthy because you're about 5 pounds away from being in ICU.
You don't want that. Right.
So you don't want that.
I had a little buffer room.
No questions asked.
You know what I'm saying?
I would disappear. I promise y'all, I lose 10 pounds. I'm up out of here. I'm going to disappear. Y'all ain't going to be able to see me.
We can't afford to have you lose 10, bro. We cannot afford to have you lose 10. In other news, lighter news, my kids finished their swim lessons, 12 sessions, and I can honestly say my son is a fish, and it feels great. Of course, y'all know one of my biggest concerns with getting a house with a pool is just, them kids in that backyard and, getting in that pool. But man, let me tell you something. Trey is cannonballing in the deep end back. This little joker can backstroke across I can't remember if I sent y'all that video. He was back. He literally can backstroke the whole length of the pool and back, like no problem. Turn over, swim regular, go underwater. Now he can dive underwater and like pick stuff off the floor of the pool. Just crazy. And so, man, I just I wanted to provide that update because I know I talked about how my man was a drill sergeant and was on Trey's head. And you know what? It paid off, man. So I don't know about y'all, and I don't know about, some parents, man, that do too much and some, coaches or whatever. But in this situation, man, I let my man kind of go hard on my son, and it did pay off in this particular situation. So,
no question.
Grateful for that. And everybody else is good. What's catch me up, y'all? I've been in the abyss for a couple of days. Catch me up. What's going on in y'all lives?
Carl, catch him up. I'll go after Carl.
I got you. So, no, I was just going to tell you. So, I just took Jordan to school. Man, of course, he's enjoying that. My man just different. See, he's gone. Like, I'm looking at my son like a teenager now that quick. Like, he gone. This morning, he said, just because first couple of days, I'm walking my man down to the classroom and, trying to all right, goodbye, son, hug, kiss, all that. And my man told me today, just drop me at the door, Dad. I'm like, all right.
Right. Yeah, I don't need all that.
I don't need all that, bro. Just drop me at the door. But I was going to tell you, school days is catching on. Literally, I'll send y'all a photo in a minute. The principal and a couple other people have a microphone as I pull up to the school, standing on the roof of the building, welcoming everybody to the school. I was like, ooh, we might have started something. They're literally standing, I'm talking PA system up there, her and like 2-3 other people literally stand on the roof, and she walking and she calling you by name. Hey, welcome, man. Hope you have a good day. Parents, y'all don't forget, have a great day. Y'all get in there.
Yeah,
I was like, ooh, I'm seeing like we started another trend around here. But yeah, everything's good on this end, man. Tamisha she locked in on that work. I'm a little hurt still. She going to bed at 2:00 trying to prepare for classes, and I thought I was past that life with the PhD, but we back at that again. But no, man, we good. We making it through. Oh, last piece of it. Michigan is bipolar. We get 40 degrees one day. We got 80 degrees yesterday. Today starts at 70 and go back down to like 50. I don't even understand. But other than that,
that's football
to the good life.
Man. Don't be complaining.
Welcome to the good life.
That's football weather.
But I'm saying, give me 55 consistent. You know what I'm saying? Don't give me 40 and then 80, bro.
I'm headed up that way. My mom been on my head about, y'all don't know about this because y'all not from Michigan. Well, E and Carl definitely do now because they've been there long enough. But my mom was on my head about bringing the kids up to go to the cider mill. You know what I'm saying?
We're going Sundays.
That's this weekend, right?
We're going Sunday.
No doubt. We got it planned.
So for those of y'all who never been blessed by Uncle John's, Let me tell y'all what Uncle John's is. Uncle John's is a cider mill about 20, 25 minutes north of where I grew up in Lansing. And basically you go up there and it's a huge farm and you watch them like make the cider right on site. They got like, penny candy stores all over. You can take the hayride to go pick out pumpkins. They got a haunted house. So it's just like a fall tradition. I literally went to Uncle John's. I think, let's say, okay, I lived at home, and this is including college. My mom would make us come back. If I'm 35 now, which I am, I've been to Uncle John's, I'd say, of 35 years, I'd say 30 times. And that's including, obviously, being an adult. I think I've been 30 of my 35 years. And that's just like, coming home in the fall. Once, me and Candace was traveling. We come home in the fall, we hit Uncle John's. Like, no kid, this is before kids, anything. And now that we got kids, of course, it's, we taking them. So Trey has been 2 or 3 times, and he's 4. So, yeah, man, we hit Uncle John's on the reg. And so y'all going on Sunday. So I'm coming back home. I'll be there around the 20th. I got Anders wanted to go to the Michigan game, so I didn't even bother you. I just went on ahead and copped some tickets because I know everybody and their mama gonna call E. Mm-hmm. So I was like, let me not even put E in that situation.
That's a big game.
Don't worry about the person who built the company with him. His pastor friends gotta go. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
His pastor homie, by way of spiritual hierarchy. And they get the tickets before me.
I'm talking about that. And they will call you on that too.
Oh, no. I already know. I promise you.
I prayed for you,
I was 2 seconds from calling you, and I was like, nope, you know what? I'm not even
I would have just bumped them
year.
off. I'd have bumped them off and not got prayer for this year because they would have stopped praying for me.
No. I think prayer and coverage might be more important. But what I will say, though, is I do need one favor. I may need you to walk me into Izzo's tailgate so I can get some of that food before the game. But
no questions
that's it. It's the only thing I need.
So
looking forward to coming up there and continuing those fall traditions. And man, you know me, the Quinnies, bro. We got some traditions that will never be outgrown. So looking forward to coming back, man, and enjoying some of that. That's good football weather right there. Don't hate on the 50s.
I'm talking about great football weather.
Yeah, something wrong here, like 89, 90. I'm like, okay, it's too hot, bro. E, tell us about your week, man. I know you've been on the run. I've been checking in on the tapes,
I wasn't on the run. I actually wasn't on the run this week, but I do want to say...
on the run for you is being at home. That's where everybody got your number and need something.
You're right about that. I do want to say those who are listening, though, for those of you who don't have traditions, I do want to encourage you, start them. We talk about that a lot. You'll hear a lot of that as we go into... like he said, fall, as we go into Thanksgiving, as we go into Christmas, and then even the New Year. That's one of the things I respect about certain cultures, the Jewish culture, it's the Passover, the bar mitzvah, and hanging out with Joe and Joe doing parties. He's been scooping me on, different parties that he's doing. And so I just want to encourage you guys as a family, as a church family. See, we do the John Cider Meal together. You know what I'm saying? So that's our new hook up. And so I just want to encourage those of you for real who are, I know you chasing that bag, you grinding, you doing your thing, but for us, it's a Friday night. We get together and have, a little gratitude, a moment together wherever everybody is. My son, my daughter's like, let's get on the phone. Let's say what we're grateful for, a quick prayer. I ain't trying to hold nobody up, so get your traditions because the deeper the root, guys, the stronger the tree. And a lot of us chasing that money, and that's good. But the money is supposed to be about the freedom to be able to spend time with our family, So I just want to throw that in. But no, this has probably been one of the best weeks for me. And listen to me, I'm telling y'all, my old heads out there like me, my OG parents, guys, make the adjustments. But my son came up, which one, is I'm an empty nester. My wife, we loving it. So we gotta, we gotta pray, when the kids say
just
they want to come home.
Just to make it
today. You know what I'm saying? We gotta pray just to make it today. So Bud called, and I'm telling y'all, I'm growing as a man. I'm growing as a father. And when he called, I told my wife, our kids have to have and be able to hit that refresh button. And for me, you know, and my parents know I love them, man, but we went through a lot. Unfortunately, you know, I didn't handle things properly. So I didn't come home a lot, you know. But when I did go home occasionally, I do remember going to my room, and I do remember feeling this like, yo, I don't have to be an adult for a few minutes. Like mom cooking the chicken noodle soup, you know what I'm saying? Making the grilled cheese sandwiches, you know, and I just, for real, I went home a few times and just felt the weight of the world was off me for a minute. And I was like, you know what, Didi, Jalen, I can sense in his voice, he just needs that to push that refresh button. And he need to be able to come to the crib, and I can't be on his head with, okay, what work you doing? Like, catch me up on what's going on. What time you getting up in the morning? Like, are you getting up at 6? You know, are we gonna get up at 6 and go exercise, whatever? And I was like, yo, let my man, this is a time to come home, push the refresh button. And so he came home, and of course, his sister was like, oh, he at the crib, I'm coming home. And I'm like, oh, we full. The nest is full again. We on some full boy here. But we went to the movies.
That's a beautiful thing, man. Let me tell you something. I just hold your spot. Yeah,
I got it.
Off. But when you sent me that video of Boom Boom and Jalen in the room just like hanging out, laughing, joking, I'm like, wow, like, yo, I was, you know, sitting here like, shoot. Like, that's a dream come true for parents. Like, you see people, man, for real, who grown and they beefed out with their siblings. They don't come back. They don't really hang like that. Like, to see Jalen and Jada just at the crib with you and D, and they both grown. I'm talking about Jay out of college, Boom Boom about to finish, and the love that they got for each other and the fact that y'all can still hang, just the four of y'all. Like, and I think you said it in the text, and you was like, Trey, and Sweet Pea, you know what I'm saying, all over again. And I was like, wow, like, yo, I do pray that my family and my kids can be that close, and I could be that close to my kids, you know, even at that grown age. And, you know, I'm close with my parents like that. So to see your two hanging with y'all and y'all just laughing, joking around, like, you know, the four of y'all, I was definitely like, okay, it was inspiring for real, bro.
Yeah, and you know, and for me, man, it's especially special because, like I said, I take ownership of some of the stuff that I was going through when I was younger. And I created some wedge between me and my parents. So, you know, when I got older, I wasn't necessarily going to the crib and in the bed. Jay jumped in the bed, and then Jada came in, you know, and I, you know, like I said, the old me, I'd have been like, for real, yo, get up out my bed, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like, the old me would have been on that. But the new me is like, yo, you need to refresh. Like, where you gonna refresh at? If you can't refresh at, you can't push the refresh button at the crib, where can you push it at? You know what I'm saying? And so, like I said, bro, we was up late. We hitting the movies. Didi ordered I think it's called Cagino's Pizza one night. You know what I'm saying? I ain't necessarily a pizza dude like that. But
y'all ain't do the
sir?
You gotta do sir pizza now.
Oh, yeah. Well, no. Apparently, like, you know, Jalen and Jada grew up, you know, in the ledge. So that's the ledge. When they was going to high school, that was like the ledge pizza. You know what I'm saying? So it's nostalgic for them.
We eat sir.
You know what I'm saying? So,
we eat sir in the trap.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the Lancet boy. So, man, we just had a blast, though, man.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, Jada was at home, and bro, this is why I know I've grown. Jada got up one morning at 10 and was like, Dad, I got a 10:20. I don't have time to drive to my apartment, drop my car off, and then make it to, can you drop me off? And I was like, no questions asked, you know, and a little bit of it is, you know, my cousin passed. She was the same age as them in Atlanta, you know, not too long ago. And, you know, I'm slowing my roll now and saying, yo, what a privilege it is to be able to drive your daughter. And parents, listen to me. I'm not, you know, it's about balance. You know, you know, we want to make sure that we hold them accountable when we need to hold them accountable. But she's like, I got a test. I want to get there on time, whatever. So I drove her. And strangely, oddly enough, you know, she was like, okay, Dad, what you want me to do? And I was like, oh, I'll wait here till your class is over. Take your test, relax, you know. And this is how good of a week it was. My wife hit me like, where you at? I'm like, yo, I'm in a parking structure at the student services waiting on Jada to finish her test. She's like, oh, well, meet Jalen. He took her car to her apartment for her. And I was like, oh, yeah, this is some partial.
The Brady Bunch.
Yeah, the Brady Bunch. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the Brady Bunch, boy. You know, and Boog had just really stepped up, man. And Didi and I were having worship yesterday, and we were just talking about, like, it was no incident. Like, wasn't nobody, you know, she was just like, yo, everybody was mature. Everybody was, like, looking after each other. It wasn't like a selfish thing or whatever. And the movies, I think, started, we went to go see, and we got to talk about this at some point, Night School. We got to talk about Night School. It is E.T. in the flesh all over again. Kevin Hart, Tiffany Haddish, they did their thing. I'm not hey, parents, y'all know I'm on the Disney boy, so it's some adult content, but the storyline is phenomenal. But I'm gonna show y'all how deep it was. Didi and I took a nap. We did church, went out to eat with a couple folks, fellowship, counseled, went and took a nap, bro. We didn't get up till 7:10, 7:15. The movie started at 7:40. Everybody was up. Got to the movie on time, went grocery shopping afterwards. Y'all know I don't go to bed late on no regular basis, bruh. And we went to the grocery store for about an hour afterwards. Came home. Jada was like, Dad, can you make me a turkey burger? I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, I want your turkey burger. I was in heaven, bruh. I was just in heaven like, this can't be. Like, this is just, everything was rolling. And then to put the cherry on the top, Bonquisha was in town.
Oh,
and
no
Bonquisha, of course, she said her mom is having some health challenges, mental health challenges. And, of course, her kids are young. She got a daughter Jalen's age. So Nina got a little one. And then her son's in high school. And she was just like, Eric, it was a lot. She's like, I'm a single parent. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm rocking by myself. I got my own business. My business is thriving. I got properties here and there. I went to go check on my property. So she just drove up when she left Ohio and was just like, yo, I just need to get away. So she came to church Saturday. We stayed up, man. She was, doing everybody's hair. We praying together, laughing, doing our thing. So it was truly a phenomenal week. And I just want to encourage all y'all out there. Again, I said it, chase that bag, but don't forget why you chasing the bag. And if all you're going to do is work and you never have time for your kids, you never have time, you in college or you're a young professional, you never have time to go home. You can't call your siblings, like whatever. Like, I'm just being real. I'm not trying to, get on your last nerve, but you too big time. Like, for real. If you that deep that you don't have time for your family, you need to slow your roll. And you need to remember what this whole thing was about, why you start grinding in the first place. And that's why I said, you didn't hear me talk about a gig. You didn't hear me talk about how much money I made. You ain't hear none of that. You heard me say, my wife.
Know what though, E? What is the balance? Because you set the tone in the household. So I'm gonna be real. Because all it would have took is for you to be on Jalen head, like, I can't believe you sleeping there, and it would have changed the whole tenor of
the whole week,
the hookup. And you said this much. You acknowledged that. So what is the balance for those of us who like, yo, you want to hold each other accountable? Like, I remember, I think I told this on the podcast one time before, but me and E, it was early on. I want to say it might have been, I don't even want to say it in case my man listens to the podcast, but E, you know what I'm about to say. My man came in and was like, yeah, bro, I'm listening to your messages every day, bro, and I'm going in, like, I'm listening, right? And I'm taking it to heart, and I got my wife trying to listen, and she ain't listening. He was like, and I went in and checked her, like, why you ain't getting up at 3? You don't want to be successful. He was like, just like you taught me, E. I was like,
whoa. I felt a little coldish there. I was like, whoa, that's not what I thought you. I feel like, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, Carl, my mouth just dropped. I didn't even know what to say. My man was like, yeah, I told her she lazy. She need to get her butt up at 3. She ain't feeling it. I'm like, yo, I'm going to have to leave you. Ain't that right, E? And gave E a high five. And you know how you don't know whether to, like, co-sign it or tell my man he's wrong. He was like,
about that, bro.
He was like, okay, hold on, slow down a little bit.
Yeah, you know what, man? And I think, for real, I tell people this all the time. You can be as hard on yourself as you want to be. You had a right to push yourself to whatever limits you want to push yourself. You really do. But when it comes to others, I think we got to go in coaching mode, see? And by coaching mode, I think we have to help. Like, we have to assist people from the sideline. You ain't in the game, bro. Like, you ain't playing the game. You coaching the game.
But I'm saying it was a time when you used to be in the game with Jalen.
Yeah, but you know what I realized,
you was right there.
though?
It wasn't no coaching. It was like...
Yeah. No. What I realized, and again, I got to be cautious because folks are listening, but I have, I work in it.
Yes, hopefully they're listening.
Yeah. I'm just saying, people take stuff personal. And you don't mean to be personal, but I'm just going to say this. I have had the opportunity to work in NCAA basketball, D1, D2, and the NBA. And I've had a chance to watch coaches. And I'm just going to say this. While all styles are, beneficial, advantageous, you can look at, different coaches who've been successful and see different styles, but more consistently see at the highest level. And I had to admit it, like, you're doing good with your son, but you're not doing great. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're doing good, but you're not doing great with Jalen because there's tension. I started seeing that his confidence was a little off. You know what I'm saying? I was like, whoa, you're messing up now. Because now my man, he playing scared. And scared money don't win. Like, you know that, E. So you have good intentions, but some of the some of his behavior is not conducive to being a boss. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can't be a boss. He can't be beast mode with that. And that's because you like, it's some coaches, see, they every time you see, like, they own the court, see, they pretty much can get fouled out. They so in the game. But when I've watched the greats like Phil Jackson, we're just gonna go there. I ain't gonna compare nobody else. But the Phil Jackson, see, you will see them, the Lakers, bruh, the Lakers more than 30, the Bulls. Bruh. I'm talking about down by 20, 30 points.
Yeah, he's sitting there like he's watching TV.
Cool. I'm talking about cool as a cucumber, bruh. My man sitting there, he ain't called no timeouts. He ain't jumped up. He ain't. And what I learned from reading his books and watching my man is that he's so comfortable in his coaching, see, and he's so comfortable in his players that he feels like, I'll teach you and it's going to eventually come. And I think what I was doing wrong with Boog earlier was, and I had to really pray about it and admit it to myself, is, bruh, maybe you ain't real comfortable in your player here. Maybe you ain't real comfortable in your coaching. Because if you was real comfortable with it, you let him go through all of the trials and tribulations he got to go through, down by 10, down by 20, down by 30, and believe he could come back and still win. And so I had to really check my coaching and say, do you really believe in what you teaching, E? Because if you really believe in what you teaching, then you know in the right time it's going to come. And do you really believe in your son? Do you really believe he is who you think he is? And if you do, then you can pull back, bruh. And if you pull back, and that's what I saw when he came home, I saw that, he's taking his game to a whole other level. And a part of it is he's getting to play the game without me getting in his doggone way. And for some of you parents, you have not found that balance, like you too much involved. And now you like a helicopter parent. And so they don't have confidence in themselves. Why? Because you're not letting them go through the 20 points and come back and win. There's a confidence you have when you down by 10 and you come back, you down by 20 and not in your coach. And then the other thing I noticed, see, just observing other coaches, I started watching, like, it's a balance, bro. If you screaming and hollering at somebody too much, bro, I promise you, now they are afraid to play their game. It's like they always second guessing themselves. And that's not, bro, you cannot, like, you can't speak like me and second guess yourself. Like, you can't be up there worrying about, like, sometimes people might be like, yo, E, bro, that was kind of, bro, that's what make me me. That's why I'm ET, because I do go to the doggone edge. I do take you to the edge. My gift is not, playing with it. And so nobody's checking me when I'm speaking, or nobody has this governor on me when I'm speaking. So I was like, with Boog, let Boog do his thing. And my daughter, am I nervous? She's a female in this sick world. Yeah, I'm nervous, but I have to trust, see, that I've equipped her with the tools she needs to be able to go out there and handle her business. And is something going to happen? Yeah, I'm sure that she is going to face trials and challenges, but I have to believe that I have equipped her that even in defeat, she can get up. Even when she get knocked down, she can get back up. So yeah, see, I had to check myself, and I had to realize that some of my methods weren't gonna get us a chip. See, they might take us to the playoffs, but they weren't gonna get us a championship.
Yeah, no, it's funny because I've seen the pullback. And remember I asked you, because me and Boog was talking, he was like, oh man, Uncle C, I need help, bro. Like, I need help managing my money. I'm like, okay. He like, and so I'm like, okay, what's the problem?
Yeah.
He like, yo, I'm getting paid, and you know what I'm saying? On Friday, I'm broke by Monday. I'm like, okay, nephew, that's
Classic.
definitely a problem. So he like, help me. I'm like, all right, cool. So we did a whole little like, breakdown of like how to spend and, how to make decisions or whatever. And I was dying laughing because I'm like, he did the right thing, but he might have had like, some issues with the truck or something like that. And he might have been like a couple $100 short. Now I'm knowing, obviously, he got a couple $100 that he could easily float him, or I got it. You know what I'm saying? Like I could look out or whatever. But I called E because I was like, okay, let me not give him the money because there's a reason E's not giving him the money. Remember, E, I called you and was like,
Yeah.
How do you not take care of your kids' problems when you can easily take care of them?
Do it. Yeah.
It's like I got 500 loaves of bread in the cabinet, and my son hungry, and he's sitting there with like a little half a piece of crumb, and you like, nope, go figure it out. And I'm like, yo, I'm trying to figure it out just because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to develop that muscle. You know what I mean? Like, because I plan on having enough to be able to look out. Absolutely. But when being a blessing ain't a blessing, you got to recognize that as well. And so that was a conversation that E and I had, and I called him and was like, yo, hold up. My man need a couple $100. What's the problem? You know what I'm saying? Like, why you not looking out for him? And E basically broke down that exact same thing. So, no, it's one thing to talk about it. It's another thing to put it into practice, I guess.
Hey, here go my thing. Hey, if you don't have money to fix your car and you don't have money, I got you. But if you have money to go to the movies, but you ain't got money to fix your car, I can't look out for you, bro. Yeah. I can't, you know what I'm saying? I can't look. If you got money for the movies, popcorn, and a large Coca-Cola, then I can't, that's enabling you at that point,
Well,
and
you didn't know movies was a need? I did. You ain't look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs?
Right.
Movies is at the top, bro.
Yeah, this ain't 19. Hey, this ain't 80s no more. Yep, that's absolutely a need.
Yeah, right.
That's why I said I'm old school. Hey, but fair and foul, man. I wanted to ask y'all fair and foul. So Boog hooked me up for my birthday, right? But for my birthday, my man renewed my tile. So for those of you who don't know what tile is, it's like a GPS, contraption that you put on your keys, your phone, your wallet, just on yourself. I put one on my head so I can find my head. So he brought me that for my birthday. Then he bought me these rechargeable, energized batteries for the podcast. He was like, Dad, I can't keep looking for batteries for you, so why don't we just get you the system and you can recharge it, and that way your podcast, you always have batteries now for your equipment. And I'm like, okay, that's cool, but I'm thinking that's foul. You should have just bought me that on the reg. Like, why did you wait for my birthday to buy me that kind of stuff?
No, I'm going to tell you why it's foul. Because if you think the hip-hop preacher getting ready to stick them batteries on the charger for longer than maybe 1 or 2 times, charge the batteries up.
That's
as much as he on the road, everywhere.
That's real talk.
Now, we talking about, we can barely get E to remember his mic. If you think he about to remember batteries and the charger, that's why it's foul. Because
you need the tile for that too. Yeah, you need the tile to put on that joint too, yeah.
Yeah, I got to do that. Yeah, that's what you need. Now the tile is sweet.
Yeah, because now you
don't have to do nothing with that.
Yeah, no, I say foul, Book. You know your dad ain't getting ready to keep up with no. Like, that's just one more thing. So I did do it
once.
You know what I'm saying?
I did do it once, see, just so I could say I did it because he asked me. Dad, where the energizing batteries?
It's got his money. I never liked them rechargeable batteries. I feel like they don't really work like that. Like
I feel like that you recharge it twice.
You know what I'm saying? Like twice, and then it's over. So I just spend thousands on energy. I hope y'all know that, man. When we say buy some Organifi, just help with our battery budget. Do you know how many batteries this thing go through? By the time this podcast is over, I got to buy 6 AA batteries as soon as the podcast is over.
Just think about it, see? You know what I'm saying? That's 6 for you.
A 2-pack of AA's is like $47. I don't know what they putting in batteries, but they high.
Hey, the reality is, if you think about the whole podcast, bro, it's 4, 2, and 2. No, it's 8. It's 8 batteries. Does your recorder take 2 or 4?
My recorder takes 2.
Oh, so me and Ease take 4. So it's 8, 8, and 6, whatever that is. Every podcast.
We're spending about $1,000 a podcast for y'all and giving it to y'all free. And we just need y'all to help us get our battery budget back. So check out Organifi.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Organifi, man. ORGANIFI. Listen, man, y'all know we've been on it for a grip. I fell off it, and look what happened to me. Don't be me, all right? I'm going to end up with the flu, feeling like crap for a couple days because you're not taking care of yourself. But honestly, man, Organifi has been a great partner of the podcast and continues to support us every single episode. Don't y'all want to support somebody who supports us every single episode? So go to Organifi.com, man, and check out the long list of products they got. I know Maul hit me the other day, said he doing the protein daily. He's on that. You know, of course, Tommy on the gold and the red, man. Appreciate them boys for rocking with us and appreciate all of you guys who have tried it thus far and loved it, man. We get reviews from you guys all the time. That's what we need to do, Carl. I need to actually do some preparation and get some of those reviews and come on and read them on the podcast. But people are experiencing some great benefits from Organifi. Of course, our resident guru, Sean Stevenson, is the one who put us on it. And again, we like to rock with great products that, you know, we actually believe in, that we actually use, right? We don't want to bring in any foolishness that we don't actually use. So every time we do a product, whether it's HelloFresh, Organifi, PayPal, those are things that we really stand behind and we rock with. Trust me, guys, we get, Carl, 20 a week from people, you know, with products that are crazy, and we tell them thanks, but no thanks.
We good on that,
Yeah, I don't care what y'all got. You know, it doesn't match our brand. It's not something we're in alignment with. Might be, you know, whatever it is. So only trying to bring you guys things that we really rock with, and Organifi is a staple in our everyday lives. So go to Organifi.com. That's ORGANIFI.com. Promo code SUCCESS. All right, you already know, SUCCESS. Use that promo code, man, so we can make sure we get the credit for it. And as always, man, we appreciate y'all for rocking with it like that.
All right, before we jump into that real quick, let's get our other sponsor for the day in here, PayPal. Here's a quick case study about Waleed, guys, a PayPal customer that actually used PayPal to help grow his business. So Waleed grew up in the desert of Saudi Arabia. After immigrating to the United States, Waleed wanted to share the health benefits of one of his favorite beverages from at home, camel milk, with the rest of the world. From the beginning, he counted on PayPal to help grow his business. While happy camels were what made his product so flavorful and nutritious, PayPal helped him to increase conversion rates and turn his shoppers into buyers. Today, Desert Farms has over 80,000 subscribers around the world, and his customer base continues to grow every single day. When it comes to growing your business, PayPal is your payments partner for today and tomorrow. Visit paypal.com/growth to set up a free business account today.
Now, I don't even know. I didn't want to go here, but I had to. Did anybody see the Lakers and LeBron? And
it's so late.
I'm not with it. I don't like it. It's not. I turned it on the other day. Of course, they had their first preseason game. LeBron was out there in the purple and gold. It just didn't feel right to me. I'm gonna be right. Now listen, y'all know where LeBron goes, I go. But man, I'm having a tough time with this Laker transition. Carl, I know you probably in heaven.
Oh, I'm loving it. Well, I'm loving LeBron. I can't. The team ain't look like Jack yet to me. They'll take a minute, but yeah, no, I'm loving it. It do look. I'll be real. See, it do look weird, purple and gold on LeBron. I just say it look weird and it feel a little weird, but I'm gonna have a slighter problem. I mean, less of a problem than you will with it.
Okay. Well, E, did you see any? You probably ain't seen none of it, but.
No, I didn't see any of it. See, I didn't. I saw one highlight where he dunked, and it's what you said, man. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I want the Lakers to be successful. You know, I'm one of those dudes that grew up Laker Nation and Boston Celtics. You know, going back and forth. So I'm just used to the Lakers being dominant. I loved Kobe and Shaq together. You know what I'm saying? So I love Laker Nation. Like, you know, it ain't basketball without certain teams doing their thing, but it definitely, it definitely didn't. It just didn't look right. But I tell you this, I do believe, bruh, let me tell you something. I think people sleeping on Rondo. I really believe people sleeping on Rondo.
Rondo a winner, bro.
His IQ. I think they sleeping on his IQ. And I know they talk about the big three, but I think Rondo played a critical role too, just in terms of when they were, you know, doing well. And so, man, I think Rondo is going to make a big difference. And, you know, if things work out, y'all, we'll take a game. We'll go check a game out on the West Coast. Y'all remember I used to do the Lakers every Christmas for years. I used to go to the game, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, much respect, man.
When you say you mean
I was going to ask,
because I never,
Didi.
I never hit that game.
Yeah, no, it was just a tradition. See, like, you know,
The
like,
family
okay.
tradition.
Like
The
Uncle
family
John's.
It was a
tradition.
tradition.
Yeah, Quentin went to Uncle John's. Y'all hit the Staples Center to watch Kobe on the floor. You know what I'm saying? We was at the
Slight
cider
difference.
mill eating donuts.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, like, hey, but
Hey,
if you
the
guys are
have and the
listening to C,
have-nots.
right. If you're listening to C and you ever go, make sure you get the donuts hot. Don't let them play with you and give them cold donuts.
Oh,
Get the
let me ask
hot
you which ones
donuts.
you like the best though, because they got the powdered joints, they got the little cinnamon sugar ones, they got the plain. But let me tell you something.
The plain.
If you out there and you dip them fresh donuts in that cider, it will change
cider,
your
it change your
life.
life. Yeah, for real. No,
Because
it changes
the
your life.
donuts
no
got a
joke.
little crisp on them.
Yeah. Get them hot, though. Get the donuts hot. Get them hot.
No doubt. You got it. And hit them right there next to the piano that's playing itself. So, all right. Should we get the podcast started? Y'all doing all this talking.
Oh, the podcast didn't start yet?
No, Carl
we had
got to go. Carl got to transition, so I think he's going to try to keep the phone on and drive
do my
and
part.
multitask. I had the flu, y'all, so this is like, y'all hearing this like an hour before we put it out. So I have some audio here, and again, I was down for a couple of days, so I couldn't do nothing but watch Netflix and listen to E's audio and try to finish some stuff up. But anyway, I caught a piece of this audio, and at the same time, I got, some text messages. Now, I don't want to share the text message, but I'll send it to y'all while we play this audio. But it's, well, let me just play it, and then we'll come back and talk about it. But it's a few minutes, so just sit back, enjoy it. It was one of those tracks that E did, or one of those audios, like, to the point now, like, everybody always asks me, like, how do you cut audio? Like, I still love hearing E speak live. I can cut it just getting it, because that's how I started out. But anytime I'm in the room and E's speaking, I can feel what tracks are which while he's actually talking. And this one right here, I was like, man, like, we kind of touched on it before, but never in this particular way. So I'm going to play it, and then we'll come back and discuss. So just sit back. I think it's a couple minutes long.
Listen to me. Number one, on your way to all the stuff that you see in your heart and your mind that you want to do, number one is I need you to start doing the necessary. Let's start with the necessary. For real, write that down. And the necessary just means it's some stuff you probably not going to want to do, but if you're going to do what you want to do, you got to do it. So in order to make good money, I was a bus boy, right? That's it, bus boy. I brought your soup, I brought your salad, I brought your breadsticks, but I had to play the hours game. So I also had I had a boss. I love my man. He was from the military. He was young. He had left the military, came to be a manager there. And my man, he believed in that stuff, y'all, like clean bathrooms and stuff. So I used to work extra shifts to come in and take a toothbrush and actually clean the bathroom tub, God. I'm cleaning the toilets, y'all. Like E.T. the hip-hop preacher. #1 motivational speaker in the world. I got like a toothbrush and I'm cleaning. Why? Because I know my man from the military and I got a wife and a son and nobody can't take my spot. Can't nobody outdo what I do, because if they outdo what I do, that means they're going to take my hours, and if they take my hours, then we're not going to eat. And so I had to do the necessary. I had to clean the toilets, and people actually used the toilets. They actually did the #1 and #2, and everybody wasn't clean, so it was stuff everywhere, and I would just put on gloves, and I would go in and go to work. I had to do the necessary. I had to be a bus boy. I had to clean up behind people. Why? Because I needed that cash so I could go buy like a sweet potato and a head of cabbage, because we wasn't paid like that. We ain't had money like that. Yeah, we got married at 19, but we ain't had no savings account. I had to do the necessary. I had to mop pee off the floor. I had to do the necessary, millennials. I had to. I wasn't speaking my whole life. I wasn't always getting checks doing this. I was cleaning toilets and cleaning sinks. I had to do the necessary. And for some of you, you're never going to blow up, or it's going to take you forever to get there, because you want to go straight to the impossible. You want to go straight to the Ritz-Carlton. And I did the necessary, because if you can get past the necessary, then it means when you get past this, people like, E, you traveling all over the world. You on a plane, you doing this. I'm like, you think this is something? Come follow me when I was cleaning stuff out toilets. This ain't nothing. Come follow me when I gotta work with people like 6. I had 6 servers who all had an attitude, who wanted me to do a whole bunch of work but didn't want to tip me. Come in that world. Come in the world where lazy arrogant Americans coming to eat every day and they want their stuff exactly a certain way when I don't cook. My man back there cooking. But you dogging me like I'm cooking. Go talk to the cook. I ain't make that. Don't get mad at me because it's lukewarm. And so that's all I'm asking you to do. I want the impossible for you. I just want you to, when you get to the impossible, I just don't want nothing to mess you up when you get there.
All right, cool. So obviously, you know, the necessary before the impossible, right? And that just hit me, man, because I was like, wow, like it's so crazy. Like even when you talk to grown people, like you hear like they want so much, and I'll kind of let you expound on the message. I mean, it was very clear, but like, yo, people want so much out of life. And I'm not mad. Like, yo, people like, yo, I want to live in that neighborhood. I want to drive that car. I want to, you know, have this particular lifestyle. I want to take this vacation. I want to do this, and this. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you talk about nobody, you know, not nobody, hardly anybody is willing to do what's necessary to get there. And so how do we develop that mentality for those of us out there who are like, yo, I'm trying to get to that next level. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. What's the balance between focusing on that big goal and that dream, or like, I'm gonna do this, and starting where you are, I guess. And I think that's where a lot of people, you know, get caught up, because for real, what you talked about wasn't glamorous, but I don't know that you would be where you are today without cleaning the toilets at the Olive Garden. Like it was all a part of that process and it was necessary. So talk about that necessary versus impossible real quick.
Yeah, bro. Like, and let me just be honest and say that we all fall victim to it. You know what I'm saying? We all fall victim to it. I remember last year, you know, just having this desire, you know, to, you know, be able to speak to people, you know, in multiple languages. So I started with Spanish, and it was so funny that after, you know, we finished the 100-day challenge, you know, and I started getting into the course of maybe 3 or 4 months or whatever, you know, I would listen to stuff, and it would be so challenging. I'm like, yo, why can't I get it? And I realized, like, yo, I had never even done the alphabet, see? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, wow, how arrogant are you? How cocky are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, but at 40-some years old, I didn't necessarily want to go watch Sesame Street, you know, and be on the ha, 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 hey, 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 he, ho, 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 hoo. Like, I'm like, but I had to go back and learn the vowels, bruh. Because at the end of the day, I couldn't hear stuff because I was listening to it in English. So I was using the American or the English vowels. And you know what I'm saying? That's how I've been trained. And so I didn't want to go back to the base. I'm just going straight to words and straight trying to say stuff. And I had to go back to Sesame Street. Grown. Can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, why in the world would I have to do this? But I had to go back to the alphabets to be able to say, like, lo más importante el mundo es la familia y el amor. Like, I had to go back to the alphabets before I could ever start saying words. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not dogging y'all out. I get it. I'm the same way. I just wanted to hurry up and learn the language so I could hurry up and save people's lives. Like, I'm working with kids whose parents, you know, don't speak English, and I want to be able to help the parents, help the students, and then I want to be able to speak. You know what I'm saying? When I go to these different schools, you know, and it's just like, yo, but I skipped steps, bro. I went straight to the app and straight to sentences without learning or whatever. So I get it, but it's building blocks, bro. And if you don't get the building blocks, if you don't learn 1 through 10, I'm like, yo, everybody got to start 1 through 10. Everybody got to start 1 through 10. Everybody got to go 1 to 20. And then once you learn how to add and subtract, then you can multiply and divide, and then you can start doing exponents. Then you can start, you know, whatever. So I do understand, see, why people don't, you know, I didn't want to clean toilets. I didn't want to do that. But now I look back and bruh, that just, man, the way I'm able to connect with people, the way I have control of my presentation, the way I'm able to observe and do certain things, it all came from the Olive Garden. So that the Olive Garden was, you know, a microcosm of this macro work that we're doing, changing the world. So like you said, it's self-explanatory, but I just think it's humiliating sometimes, or it's frustrating, because if you tell me I got to learn the alphabet, the way I see it, I'm wasting time, bruh. Let's just get straight to let's just get straight to learning the second language. Like, let's just dig in. But if I go back and do the basics and I understand the difference between a te, tu, ti, you know what I'm saying? If I understand the difference between la, lo, la, los, you know, if I understand the difference between, understand the verbs, you know, then it's like, oh, you're not going to waste time when you get to this level because now you can build off of that. So, yeah, that's my 2 cents on it. It's frustrating. It seems like it's going to take longer. It's humiliating. It's, rudimentary. Like, come on, I'm bigger than that. But for real, bro, let's get the foundation tight. And then once we get the foundation tight, we can build on that.
Hey, forgive my noise. I'm driving, but you said, so the key thing you said for me just now was building blocks. And I'll tell y'all what the world messed up when the introduction, I'm gonna take y'all back. When the world got introduced to the game of Tetris, that's when the world got messed up. Because Tetris, the goal is just to clear off one line. You got these things falling and you clear off one line and you think you got it. You know what I'm saying? But you're not realizing that, and I'm telling you, like, I'm watching this with Jordan now, like, we go outside to do anything, and the first time he doing it, he like, yo, I got it, I don't need no help. I was like, bro, you just bounced the ball twice. You are not a basketball player. You caught 1 out of 10. You can't play baseball. You know what I'm saying? But like from young, we come into it with as little effort as possible. And again, you put that one piece in the right place, you could have jacked up the whole doggone game. But you got one piece in the right place, so you get that reward of clearing that line, so you feel like you did something when the whole board jacked up. You know what I'm saying? So that building block thing is huge. Like, I'm sure a master chess player, dude, like, you almost ain't really getting past halfway going up, if you see what I'm saying. Like, it's always at the bottom. It's always building and putting the right thing in the right place and not getting that thing too high. Because you get too high, I don't care how many lines you fill at the bottom. It's one shape that's going to come that you're not ready for, and your game is over. You know what I'm saying? So them building blocks is huge, man.
Yeah, what is that, C, though?
Let's talk about it, E, because you know me, I always like to be practical from a standpoint of everybody who listens to this podcast knows that we literally went from 0, and I mean 0, to building a multi-million-dollar company. Let's talk about what those building blocks look like, and Carl, you as well, what those building blocks look like for us early on as we were able to get to whatever point we're at now using that exact same philosophy of doing the necessary. Like, give some practical examples.
Well, let me start with this, guys.
Like.
Yeah, let me start with this since, I was the oldest,
Still are.
one of the things I wanted to teach
that
you
ain't
guys.
changed, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Sure.
One of the things I wanted to teach you guys that I saw a lot of people do wrong before working with you guys was this whole notion of let's just stop focusing on, the goal. So for me, I realized that the one thing I had to make sure you guys didn't do that maybe some of the other groups that I work with did prematurely was focusing on the end. And you hear, begin with the end in mind. And I agree with that wholeheartedly. I do. I do believe, all right, one day we gonna make 6 figures, and one day we gonna change the world, and one day we gonna, I believe that with all my heart. But to me, that is something that you put in your mind. So every day when you wake up, you can put this number on the board, and that thing can wake you up and say, okay, we're not there yet, guys. We're not making 6 figures. We don't have a multi-million-dollar company. We're not in schools. We're not dominating on the internet. We don't have mixtape, whatever. Okay, that's cool. Put that up. But at the end of the day, the only person that is going to win is the person that takes one step, then takes the next step. So if you're going to run a marathon, you can't run 26.5 or whatever it is. You can't run that in one leap. That is a 1 foot in front of the other. So it's we wake up in the morning. What are we supposed to be doing today? So whatever that is, we're not going to focus on the end goal. We're going to put that, we're going to have that because we need that carrot. We humans. We need something to wake up to. We need something to energize us. Like, we all need something that collectively we can do together and measure to see if we're growing, if we're getting close. But the goal every day is to wake up and do something, like to get something done. So I know this word is overused, but the process. Like, we have to fall in love with grinding, getting up every day and sweating, getting up every day and saying we've actually done something, that there's something tangible that we got done. So if that's meeting, if that's going to a school, whatever that is, we got to make sure that we wake up every day and do a little something every single day. And then one day we're going to wake up. So for me, see, it's falling in love with getting up, and whatever that process is, whatever that thing you've committed to, that's what I fall in love with. I don't fall in love with the $1,000 check or the $15,000 check or the applause or the, you the best speaker in the world. I don't fall in love with that. I fall in love with, and I'm still doing it today, getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning, getting in that basement, getting on that treadmill, having worship, whatever it is that I do, that's more important to me than what's going to come from it. And I say this in the end, that if you do a little bit every day, you can guarantee at the end of 365 days that is going to, I'm not sure what the results are going to be, but you're going to get results if you grind every single day for 365 days. But I don't know if you're going to get results worrying about the check or worrying about if you're going to be number one or worrying about if your videos are going to blow up.
Yeah, it's so funny, man, because I'm like, the one thing that I wish we would have done more of is like the behind the scenes, like, way back in the day. Like, I really wish we had footage from like back when we were like bumming Office Space and like we were like really trying to be big time. Like, we would get like some Chinese food and like have like a whiteboard and just like, I don't even know what we were doing. Like, I can't even tell you what those meetings were about. He would be like, yo, we got a meeting. I'm like, dog, it's the three of us. We here together all day anyway. He'd be like, yeah, we got a meeting at 2 o'clock. He'd be like, what? Like, bro, we've been in the same space for 4 straight hours now. Like, but you always did a good job of making sure that we were intentional about, like you said, doing something. And even though it wasn't sexy, nobody knew what we were doing. Like, we would have a whole plan for like going into an elementary school where we were getting like no checks, like 0 checks. And so I think for us, so how do I say this? The necessary back then, because there was no social media or pressure to like look like you were doing it big, the necessary never seemed like the necessary. It just seemed like what was going on at the time. And we were always faithful over few. And so how do you get to that point? Like you said, for somebody who in their 20s, maybe graduated, and I just sent y'all that text message so you could see.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, you like these kids, not even kids, everybody, nobody wants to do what they have to do. Everybody wants to do what they want to do. How do you develop that mentality that's like, yo, I'm willing to go through not getting paid like that, people thinking I'm a bum, you know what I'm saying? People thinking I'm chilling, not knowing what's going on. Like, how do you develop that callous in order to really not care? Because like I said, I'm really thinking on like when we got started with this thing, like sending out emails. Like, we would send out 30 emails a day and get 0 responses. 0. Like, literally not one. We put those booklets together. We put these booklets I thought were gonna change.
Sweetest thing I've ever done in my life to this day.
Oh,
I still think
I still look at mine from time to time.
No,
That's
I'm saying it was the sweetest booklet. And put that up on the Instagram page, Nikki, if you can. I don't know if we put it up before, and I know we talked about it before, but we had this booklet, y'all, that we thought was going to change our life. We spent so much time and energy on it. We did not generate one red cent off that booklet. But again, man, we were so happy because we did what we said we were going to do. And at the time, that was necessary. And we did it and we got it done. So believe it or not, even though we didn't generate any money off of it, it was still a win. And I think people now, they only judge their wins by, did I get paid or not? You know, and it's like short-sighted. It's like you're literally looking right at it, but you can't see it because it's not a check attached to it. And so that process that you're talking about is so critical. But I also think most people got too much pride. Most people are not willing to go back to, hooked on phonics and say, all right, cool, let me learn this way. It's like, it's got to be a shortcut. Even now when people call me like, yo, I help speakers. That's what I do. That's one of my gifts. I honestly think in terms of people always ask me, like, yo, what's your gift? Like, yo, I've been able to help a lot of speakers, in particular, and entrepreneurs, get to that next level through one-on-one coaching, through game changers, whatever the situation is. Like, that's my gift. I can show you how to do that. I know how to do that. And so when I look at it, though, the people who, I can tell who's going to be successful as a client as soon as they enroll in game changers or whatever, because I can tell by the level of expectation. You get some people that come in, they're like, all right, cool, I'm already sweet, I'm already doing my thing, just show me how to get the money. I'm like, wow. Like, the mentality that you have is already letting me know that you're not gonna be willing to do the necessary. Because I'm about to tell you your whole speech is trash. And you have to start and rebuild it over like this if you want to get paid for it. Now, if you're just trying to go into the Boys and Girls Club and wax deep, cool, you can do that. You don't even need me. But if you want to become a professional speaker, here's what you're going to have to do. And I can tell it within the first 30 seconds of our conversation whether they're going to have the humility to be able to pull it off or not. And so I think for us, I can't even call it humility. We ain't had nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't know if it's, you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if it's humility when you don't have anything or if it's you just don't have anything. But, like, nowadays, like I said, you have this pressure to be bigger and greater than you are. Nobody was looking for us to be driving no Benz back then. Like, nobody on that. Like, I know Carl had the little Honda. You know what I'm saying? I might have had the little, what did I have? A Bonneville? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I had a Honda, actually. I had a Honda for a minute there.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm driving a Honda right now. Don't trip.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We know what else you're driving. No, don't play with us, Carl. Don't try to.
Hey, just like the one-bedroom house.
CJ do it, he could do it.
Right, no doubt. Just like the one-bedroom house that got a pool.
Now,
That's right.
I will be the only member of this podcast in poverty, okay? Don't try to steal my one thing. You know what I'm saying? That's all I got. But you see what I'm saying? Either that humility you talking about and that willingness to do the necessary, like, and we're not even talking about Olive Garden, like, for real. But, like, even like the text from the young man I just sent y'all.
Yeah,
like, yo, you not willing to do that for a couple years to build up your nest egg and save a couple dollars in order to flip that into what you really want to do. You're just not willing to do it because you don't want to do it. So it's like, man, I'm looking at him like, yo, if we would have just did what we wanted to do, I just wanted to travel and make millions. I never wanted to go, you know, and do 100 programs for free and go to New Jersey school system and get eggs thrown at us from stage from people like, who is these clowns? You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to do that, but it was necessary to get here. And I think, like, man, for real, so many people miss that point. And that's why I'm harping on it so heavy, is like people don't understand that concept and they're going to be stuck forever in either mediocre or under mediocre.
Well, you're going to be doing, you're going to be at the Olive Garden soon. You're going to be at the Olive Garden as an adult.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Not as a young person. And when you talked earlier about, you know, giving my kids, what I tell Jalen all the time is, look, Jalen, I can give you a lot of money. Right? I can give you a lot of money. But here's what happens when you don't go through the process. First, you don't have the same level of respect for money when you don't go through the process because you've not earned it. Right? So in actuality, what you do is you diminish the value of things when you don't go through it. So now the things that you have that could be a blessing to you, they are a curse to you because you've not gone through anything. So you don't understand. Like, yo, you know how many hours it took me to get this? That's why I don't wear a bunch of watches and I'm not in the NFL or the NBA, or I'm not, you know, an entertainer, meaning that I don't necessarily, like, you have some basketball players who are good enough, they might waste all their money on their first check. Their second check gonna be bigger than the first check. We don't necessarily in our profession have the second check. So we
also didn't go from 0 to 100 million overnight.
You feel me?
It's a different appreciation for it.
You feel me? That's what I'm saying. It's just a different appreciation. So what I teach my son is, this is why I'm not going to give you anything. This is why you got to earn it, right? So you can appreciate it. Number two, what I told my son is that nobody follows me because I speak. People don't follow people because they speak. And we don't like to deal with this, CJ, as humans. Yes, we're all are created equal, but people have a different level of credibility. Right? And the credibility comes from what you've gone through, whatever that means. Like, it don't mean that you was homeless, but whatever you've gone through, you could be a great student and you went through, like, the process of becoming a lawyer or becoming a doctor, whatever that is. But when you go through something and you're able to get on the other side of it, people have a different level of respect for you because you were able to do what the average person isn't able to do. That's why when somebody say, I'm a lawyer, I'm like, shoot, I know people who failed the test once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. John F. Kennedy's son, I think, failed the test 4 or 5 times before he passed it. So that's not something easy to do. You went through residency, whatever. It doesn't make you a better person, but people are like, whoa, you went through what? Y'all started from the what and y'all what? So I told my son, as a man, it's not enough to get a check. As a man, you also want, as it relates to your craft, you want people to respect you. And when you're talking to people, you don't have to say what you've gone through, but people can tell. So when I have players reaching out to me and coaches reaching out to me, they don't reach out to me because they saw some video online. But when they go through the entire story, they're like, yo, this dude been through something, so he can help me. Like I got a coach, they had a different idea of what this season was going to look like, and it's not necessarily panning out the way, they're doing okay, but they're not, they're not where they thought they would be at this point in the season. Well, bro, I'm bringing out Winston Churchill, and we breaking Winston Churchill down and talking about that success is going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. So when I'm giving him this message, see, he's saying to myself, and I got a homeboy who think he the best speaker in the whole wide world, right? And it's nothing against him. But I said to him, what gives you the right to go before somebody and speak? What have you gone through? So you telling me that I can get up from anything? Have you gotten up from anything? You telling me that you can get through hell and get to what hell have you gone through? So I told my son, like, just as a man, there's a certain level of credibility that you have to have with other people that only comes from going through the experience yourself. Not saying, and we all know people, we're not gonna call names, but we all know people who read the book and then they get up and speak the book. And you could say, bruh, I could tell, like, I'm not stupid. You read so-and-so's book, and then you came and you gave me the 3 principles of so-and-so. I could have just read the book. But you can also tell somebody who read the book and they get up, and yes, they may use the book as a reference, but you can tell that they understand and they know exactly what the book is talking about because they've been there and they've done that. And there was a question at the Success Series. A lady was like, yo, I got one question. I was like, what's up? She was like, yo, forget writing and all of that. Forget all of that. I'm working on my dissertation. I got a family. I'm talking about my class time, like going to class. I'm talking about the getting online and doing I'm talking about forget the actual dissertation, like the proposal, like I got a family. I'm tired. I'm sitting there laughing, see why she talking. I'm like, let's talk afterwards. Why? Because I've been through that experience. You feel me? I've had to go through that. And as a result of going through that, guess what I'm able to do? I am able to make it happen. You hear what I'm saying? I am able to make it happen because I've been there and I've done that. You feel me? So I just think it's important for us to understand that when we go through the bottom and get to the top, started from the bottom, now we here. When we go from the bottom to the top, what we're able to do, see, is actually give people the blueprint. And so I told my son, you do not just want the money. You don't want somebody just to give you the job. Because like you said before, see, if you lose the job, if the job goes under, can you start again? And the only way you can start again, the only way you can not only start again, because we never had to start again by the grace of God, but the only way you keep going to different levels is because you've mastered. Listen to me, guys. E.T. tried to cut corners. I did. I tried to cut corners, y'all. I did. And I paid for it. But I had to go back and go, ha, ha, ha. Hey, hey, hey. He. Ho, ho, ho. Who. I got it. So when I hear now the word hombre, okay. The H is silent. I get it. O-M-B-E-R. I got it. I got it. There are words that I hear now that I'm like, hacer. Okay, I got it. H is silent, but that's a, you know, say, you know, I know the alphabet now. And I had to go all the way back in Spanish and go over the alphabet. I had to go over the articles. Una, el, la, lo. I had to start from scratch, bruh, to build. And I was trying to like disrespect the language and go straight in the middle, straight in an app as if I already knew the basics. And it's like, nope, hit the Sesame Street, boy. But I tell you this, when Jorge is talking to me now and I have to write the word down, siempre. I'm like, okay, listen, E, what are you hearing? The E, okay, in the English, that's an I. The E, okay, that's a A. I got it, M. So I'm telling y'all, like C said, kill the pride. Go see School Days for those of you who got pride when it come to learning. Go see Night School. It changed, the doggone movie changed my life, guys. So real quick, that was my take
Night
on it.
School
See,
changed your
that's
life?
why you got to go back to the beginning and not have pride so that when this thing collapses or if you want to build on it, you got the building blocks. And we talked about this before, but in math, show me your work, because the only way I know that you can continue to do it, you can give me the answer, but that don't mean you know how to do it. Show me the work, because if you show me the work, I can guarantee you're going to get the answer right every time.
Wait, Night School changed your life?
Bruh, let me tell you
I didn't even think it was
something.
that kind of movie.
Bruh, let me tell you something. Bruh, your boy, I know I keep saying Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish, but the other guy, Will something, whoever the writer was, but I called L right afterwards and was like, bruh, you got to go see the movie. Stop what you're doing. Go see the movie. And yes, we'll talk about it later, but mad shout out to Kevin Hart. Anybody that has a learning disability or anybody's school that it doesn't come natural to you, you have to go see this movie, bruh. You have to go to see this movie. And when you come out of it, don't take it as entertainment. Really look at what, and I don't want to say it because everybody is just come out, so you may not have seen it. I'll give you a week or two to go see it. But yeah, see, when you go see it, it may not resonate totally with you. It might, you know what I'm saying? Well, it will, because for real, you know kids who, you know, have challenges, but I watched it and my wife and daughter was like, that's you, dad, that's you, dad, that's you all day, dad. And it was a phenomenal movie.
You know what?
man.
I was holding out on you. So you remember the other day when I told you the babysitter was packing up food?
Yeah.
And we went on a date night. You know, we went to the movies, which I ain't been in the movies since we went to see Roman J. Esquire, and I fell asleep in the first 30 seconds.
Yeah.
You know what I saw?
Don't tell me. Black Panther.
Nah. This is the other day. Black Panther out on Netflix.
Oh, okay. All right. I don't know.
I saw Equalizer 2.
Ah.
Bruh,
I didn't see
know
that
I'm
yet.
late, but
I didn't see it.
Oh, yeah, nah, fire, bro.
Jalen told me it was whack.
Oh, Jay tripping.
Jay told me it was whack.
Fire, bruh. That thing was fire.
Oh,
I don't
it's
know
probably
what
not
Bug
even
talking
out here
about.
no more.
Yeah, nah, Bug Young, bruh. He was texting. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He was texting this girl during the movie. Nah, it was fire.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's like the first one. You know the plot. You know what I'm saying? You will love it. Guarantee you will love it.
I'm going to get it. Because we got a gig in November, so I'm going to need it for the gig.
Nah, it was fire, bro. So yeah, I forgot to tell y'all that because I know that was that's a conference specialty right there.
But that's been out though, right? Hadn't that been out for
it's been
months?
out for a minute. We just, what happened was we was trying to go see White Boy Rick, but some kind of way we didn't leave dinner in time. So by the time we got there, the only thing that was about to
that's
start.
a Detroit classic.
Yeah, I'm not up on the story, so we were gonna go see that. And by the time we got to the theater, it was already like 20 minutes in, so we just went and saw Equalizer 2. But that thing, bro, it's just like the first one. You know what I'm saying? Like, sweet, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you like the first one, you'll like this one. So if you ain't like the first one, I guess you wouldn't like this one. But let me call Boog and find out what his beef was. You know me, if I stay awake the entire movie, it's fire. And I'm talking about that thing from the jump. Now, I ain't gonna tell you it's deep in storyline and nothing like that, but bruh, entertaining is all get out. And my man still is the OG. So, yeah. All right, let's go to Ask ET. It's brought to you by Breathe University. BuU.com. All right? Why did we start BU? We started BU because, listen, man, everywhere we went, people were like, yo, I want to keep in touch with y'all. I want to hang out with y'all. I want to be on the phone with y'all. I want to learn from y'all. All of these things, right? So we started BU because we're actually on the phone. We're actually teaching. We actually have courses. We actually are on the call tonight. We have a call. We're doing a financial call. Teach you how to get your money together tonight, right? As you're hearing this, right? Some of you who listen right away as soon as we drop it, we are on the BU call talking about finances right as we speak, all right? Tomorrow or Sunday, E's got his call. And I'm going to just be real with y'all. Like, people come up to me all the time after conferences, at events. People come up to me in the mall as they do you, E, and they always say, yo, how can I connect with you? How can I build with you? And the first thing I tell them is, be you, all right? Go to BU. You go sign up for BU and connect with me on Thursday, because at the end of the call, E, what was our call last week? Help me out. Oh, Steve Jobs, right?
Say it again, Steve.
Our call last week, we did Steve Jobs, right? We did the app. We were doing the lessons from Apple, right? So, and we'll finish that call next week. But we're doing the 10 most important principles that we've learned from Steve Jobs and Apple as a $1 trillion company. So we've been doing this $1 trillion call now series, right? And so it's funny because we do what, about 40 minutes worth of teaching? And then the last 20 minutes, we open it up for question and answer. And so then people will see me out and be like, yo, let me get your number, let me call. I'm like, no, don't do that. You can, once you get in BU, then you can connect. But you're not going to just rob me of my time when I'm already doing exactly what you're asking for. And so every Thursday, every Sunday, E got about 500 modules on there. We got marriage stuff going on a regular basis, meetups going on all over the country. Listen, you need to be in BU. This is not just us telling you this so we can get another member. This is us telling you, if you need to get around a community of people who are doing it big, I can't tell you how many people are writing books, how many people are speaking, how many people are, starting businesses, entrepreneurs, the whole nine as BU students. And man, it's been incredible to witness. It's probably one of our biggest achievements, I'd say, in our professional careers, to be able to start a community that has this much love for one another. Man, let me tell you something. When Chris passed, bruh, you saw the true heartbeat of a community, man. Like, for real. We came together like none other, and it is one big family. And I love each and every one of you who are already in BU, and much love to the people who are going to sign up and join. So go to breatheuniversity.com. You will never find another program for the price that we got this joint at that will put as much value and effort into making sure you succeed as we will, all right? So breatheuniversity.com. Much love. Look forward to hearing your voice on the call Thursday or Sunday, all right? E, you ready for a couple questions?
Yeah, my bad. See, I was looking up. That's why when you asked me the question, it threw me off a little bit. I was looking up the Equalizer 2 to see if it was still in Lansing.
Oh, that joint fire, bro.
It's not showing, though. I don't see any showing. I'm about to see if it's
it might be over with. You know what I'm saying? I might have caught the last showing. Yeah, it'll be on online here shortly, I'm sure. It's probably, I'll check for you. It might already be online. I'll give you one of my sign-ins. Fair File, he got all my sign-ins. I'm talking about DirecTV, Netflix, Hulu. He got every one of my sign-ins.
You know what I'm saying?
He ain't never bought a subscription yet.
And I feel bad because I got them and I ain't using them, so I'm getting in trouble. I'm getting in trouble for having them and I ain't even using them.
Fair File.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, let's see here. We got a Fair File. All right, cool. Let's go with my man Slowmo06 off Instagram. He says, so, my daughter turned 5 years old 2 weeks ago. She's obsessed with a kids show called Paw Patrol. Hello, welcome. She received a complete gift set with all 5-6 of the main characters. She was so excited that she ripped the package open and played with them immediately. Within a week, Chase, the Paw Patrol leader, had a mishap with his foot, and his foot fell off and was lost. So here we are yesterday. I went to the store and bought the individual replacement for the damaged one. Is it foul that I put the damaged one from the gift set in the box of the one that I bought yesterday and plan on taking it back to the store to get a refund?
No question. No question. Hey, let me tell you something. Smart but foul, but definitely smart. You feel what I'm saying? They should have made them jokers durable.
Oh,
so
no
you wouldn't
doubt.
have to keep buying
I'm saying it's for a 5-year-old. You know they're going to break it. I said, I don't know. I don't want to. I think that might be illegal, so I'm going to say.
I'm going to say this, though. they do have the store. It does have insurance. Remember, I used to steal from the mall. I know the mall's policies kind of well. They do have insurance on that joker, so you'll be fine when you send the sucker back. They'll be able to get their money back. But it's still foul, though. That was E's old days. That's the old ET.
Yep. Let's see. Lee M. West Jr.
Don't steal from the mall, kids.
Do not steal from the mall.
ET.
Lee M. West Jr. And listen, man, go to our podcast page, what's called S2S Podcast on Instagram. This is where I'm getting all our questions from now. It's just easier to centralize them. So my man, Lee M. West Jr. said, what are some suggestions on finding your target audience, marketing the proper content, expanding your brand, and how do you go about touring for events? I always say this, if it's a personal brand, start with the lower hanging fruit, right? Like that's the easiest thing you can do when starting a personal brand is to start with the lowest hanging fruit. So for E and I, we started with young African-American males who were at risk. Why? Because we knew that population very well. We worked very closely with them, and it was an easy sell for us when we walk into, a juvenile detention center with the way E and I look, when we walk into, a high school in the middle of, a troubled neighborhood. Like, it was easy for us to convince whoever was in charge or whoever was listening that we were the ones for the job and that we were whatever, right? Because they looked at us and went, oh, okay, got you. Now imagine if I'd have been like, yo, E, right out of college, C just got his degree. We about to start with corporate America, bruh. We going straight to corporate and letting them know we the ones. No disrespect, but I'm not sure how that would have worked out. But what we did is, I always tell people, Lee, grow your brand from the inside out. Does that mean wherever you start from, you got to finish? Absolutely not. You can grow and expand. But everything you see E doing now, from the NFL, the NBA, the Fortune 500s to, presenting for the billionaires and hanging with Warren Buffett, all of that came from starting with a very small targeted audience and blowing that out. Now, we still work with that population very intimately and always will, because that's our first love. Like, that's where we started in this game. But everything you see, all the success we've had has come from that. So if you are if you're trying to start a vlog and you are a 42-year-old white woman, guess who the easiest people to convince to come on your blog first are going to be? Other white women in their 40s, just by pure look. Start there.
Right.
Doesn't mean where you're going to finish, but start there and then grow it from the inside out. That's my advice. So I hope that helps. All right. Let's see. When are you coming to Indianapolis or Chicago? I don't know. What do you think, E?
I'm working with the Pacers, but I'm not. You know what I'm saying? That's not public, so I don't know, bro. Yeah, I'll let you know when I know.
Okay. I got one right here from this. It's a Chick-fil-A fair file alert. Let me tell you something. I love the fact that y'all sending y'all fair files. Like, I really do. Like, this is fun for me because I don't always have them. So y'all keep sending y'all fair files on the podcast page. This one's for you, E, because it's Chick-fil-A. So my homie Bree Jones, 1429 on Instagram said, fair or foul alert. So we all know Chick-fil-A stays on their job. Home of the Jesus Chicken.
That's it.
That's jam.
From the movie, see? That's from the movie.
What movie? Oh.
Night School.
Oh, for real? Okay, got you. I'm about to go see it now since you said it was like that. She said, never had a bad experience. So tell me why I go to Chick-fil-A, and obviously my man behind the counter was new, as you can tell. Well, the nice young lady, if I could read, the nice young lady next to him was an obvious veteran of the Chick-fil-A gang. I asked for a spicy chicken deluxe that comes with cheese, lettuce, and tomato. I get my food, and my man must have rang me up for a plain spicy chicken sandwich. So I go back to the counter and said, oh, sorry, it looks like you rang up the wrong sandwich. I had a deluxe. He's like, cool, my bad. Let me get you right. Homeboy hands me a box of lettuce, tomato, and cheese in it.
Ooh.
I'm like, yo, he didn't even offer to add it on there for me or nothing. I got to build the sandwich and reheat it to make sure the cheese melts. Homegirl next to him was just watching and said nothing. I'm not tripping on it. I was just taken aback that Chick-fil-A was not on point with the, let me get that back and we will take care of you. They like, nah, rebuild your own sandwich. LOL, fair or foul?
Now, first of all,
That's a good one, Bree.
yeah.
That's a good one.
Let me be honest with y'all. First of all, I think you have been watching or listening to the podcast for a while, and you like Phil and C fair and foul, and you wanted to be down, and so you made up a fair foul.
Oh, you trying to say she lying? Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
You know what I'm
wow.
saying?
You trying to say she lying, bro?
That's a strong word, but I'm saying
You think she's
trying to get
stretching
her-
the truth on you, Bree?
she's trying to get her fair foul.
Come on, Bree.
the
Don't let him
podcast.
do you like that.
She's trying to get her fair foul on the podcast. She's being creative so she could get her content on. That never happened. Now, when she said homeboy did it, okay, it's a possibility. But my girl next to him looking at it and didn't say nothing, not possible, because I was just that chick. Where we coming from? It was Lil D, the school days. So they wanted to stop and grab something to eat. So we stopped at Chick-fil-A. So of course they send me in to get their order. And I asked for an Arnold Palmer. I wanted an Arnold Palmer. So I got the Arnold Palmer. And I'm not gonna lie to you, see, I didn't know if they did refills or not. So I'm sitting here waiting because Lil Mama, Kia, then ordered and you have to be like a vegan boy to know that they have vegan options there, right? So she orders the vegan boy, which takes about 30 minutes.
Wait, from Chick-fil-A?
Oh yeah, Chick-fil-A got vegan options. Yep. So they have
What's the option?
So they have a couple things, but she ordered it's like a soy product.
Oh, wow.
Wrap. Yeah, it's a wrap. Bro, they on top of their game. They don't play.
Wow.
So she ordered the wrap with this, man, what was it? Like, give me what are those, like not, the dressing, see, vinaigrette. Give me
no doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Like one of the deeper ones though.
Raspberry
avocado
vinaigrette.
You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Avocado, raspberry vinaigrette. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, this gonna be
on the low. You might have just stumbled your way into something, player.
Yeah, I just was like, yo, this gonna be a minute though. You know what I'm saying? Because this ain't they hookup right here. And so I'm sitting there waiting and I'm looking around like, I ain't even say nothing. I was just looking like, do they do refills? And one dude looked at the other dude and was like, yo, did you help him? And he was like, no, he didn't say nothing. He was like, oh no, he wants something. How can I help you, sir? I was like, bruh, for real? He was like, yeah, I could see something was on your mind. I was like, do y'all refill it? He was like, no question. Take the lid off and the straw. Let me tell you. So I'm just saying, I'm not
Chick-fil-A out
saying
here reading minds now.
I'm not saying she lying. I'm just saying. I'm not saying she lying. I'm just saying.
Bree,
So I
we
think
need
it's
receipts. We need receipts. Did you take a picture?
I think it's foul.
We need something.
Yeah, I think it's foul that she would make up such a thing against Chick-fil-A. I think it's foul.
Yo, here go a question that's got a fair foul in it because my man low-key took a jab at you. My man said, my question is, will your messages ever be translated into different languages? My wife is Japanese and I feel she needs to hear these type of messages, but she only knows business level English, not ET English.
Oh, Lord. Yeah. Y'all heard what CJ said. You got to stay in your lane, baby. So
Night school.
Hey, you got to stay in your lane, baby. Hey,
Night school.
Tell your boy I'm blowing up for the night school folks, baby. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got to where I am blowing up. I stay in my lane,
have somebody
bro.
who knows fluent slang in Japanese and English, and to be able to translate that into Japanese.
Yeah. Hey, C, tell him on the west side of Detroit, they don't teach that type of English, bro.
No. They definitely don't. That was from my man, M.M. Askitso. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Y'all got some crazy Instagram
I'm sorry,
names.
bro. Hey, in my next life, I'll do better.
Yeah, no, we do have some translated, I think, though. People have offered to do it, but I don't really think anybody came through consistently because we wanted to build out a Spanish channel. So if you out there and you want to do it,
you know what I've come to realize, and even talking to people, there are some things that we're gonna be able to do, but just some stuff don't. You know what I'm saying? Like especially because it's slang. It doesn't necessarily, and it's so funny.
Yeah, but we can still do captions on the videos, though, like
captions.
the Spanish, you know what I mean? Like as close as we can get it. At least start in Espanol first. You know, Japanese may be down the line. You know, we obviously have a large Spanish-speaking population here. And who rock with E, but you're right. We do need to get that out a little bit.
I was just saying, even for me, like I use the translator, and so my boy Felipe, he from Mexico. He said, que lo que. And so I put it in there like que lo que. And it didn't come up. And I was like, yo, Felipe, it didn't come up. He was like, oh, it's slang for saying what's up. I was like, oh, okay.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. They got somebody got to make a cooler version of the
the translated boy.
You know what I'm saying?
So a
The
lot of my stuff.
translated,
It's slang stuff. You know what I'm
because
saying?
your stuff probably
apologize.
it wouldn't even sound sweet in like regular
No.
English over there.
Yeah.
They're gonna get it and be like, I don't see what all the hype's about. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to say breathe with the V at the end. Or
You
it
feel
don't,
me?
You know what I'm saying? Or it
They're
don't
not
have the
gonna
same
breathe.
impact.
What's that? Yeah, they're not gonna get it.
All right. Well, that's it for me, man. I got to go. I got some Game Changer one-on-ones.
Let's get
Shout
it.
out to all my Game Changers. If you want to join Game Changers and come learn how to speak from myself, then join Game Changers, all right? Go on our website and sign up to be a professional speaker, man. Get out there, start getting some money to speak. I'm turning my Game Changers into savages as we speak. So look forward to you joining us there. Announcements. We will be in San Diego, back on the West Coast. Looking forward to that, man. I love San Diego, bro. The weather, goodness gracious, is beautiful out there. We're doing our Take Control series. So that is myself. I'm not. Is Sean? I think Sean is going to be there as well. Hopefully,
Yeah.
Sean's moving out to LA too. Congrats to his family on that move, man. Definitely. Prayers up on a great experience. Josh, Jamal, myself, Maya, we coming with it, man. The Take Control is on a whole nother level. Let me tell you something. He been getting comfortable taking them shoes off at the Take Control. So it's over with. Y'all about to get that fire. So that, and then December 3rd. Help me out, E. Carl is...
Ignite the dream. Ignite the dream.
Yeah,
that's all. Just say
ignite the dream. No, not December 3rd. December 1st.
Go to the website, y'all.
December 2nd. December 2nd. ET Inspired. Man, this is what happened when you got a gorilla and a flamingo trying to do announcements. And then also Phenomenal Life Jamaica. All right, a little time left, man. Come join us in Jamaica, man. I'm looking forward to Jamaica, man. I've actually never been to Jamaica, E. So I'm looking forward to it. Nah, I've never been to Jamaica. So I know we went to, where did we go? We went to Bermuda.
Well, yeah, they taking you to Farmington Hills, Jamaica, though. I'm gonna have to get you over to Kingston. No problem.
No. Yeah, I'm down to go to Farmington Hills, Jamaica first, and then, you know what I'm saying, make my way to see my people. You know what I'm saying? All right, so I think that's it, man. Appreciate everybody for listening. E, you got a nugget of the day for us, player?
Yeah. It's what I put up on Instagram today, guys, for real. You know, for real. We talk about take control, but either you take control of your life or someone else will. You know, I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying? If you only take control 60%, somebody gonna take control 40%. You take control 70%, somebody gonna take control 30%. You know, and man, just the thought, you know what I'm saying, of my wife having to go back to work. You know what I'm saying? Just the thought of my kids graduating and not having an opportunity. It was so funny. I was talking to Jalen, and it was a couple things that he was just like, man, Dad, I wish this, and that. And I was like, yo, bro, you live in America. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, yo, I'd like to be able to have, a couple more dollars and to be able to, just do some, what do you call that, fun stuff, you know what I'm saying, recreational stuff. And I said to him, take control, bruh. I'm like, yo, it ain't no reason you shouldn't be able to say you want to go to this trip, and you're going to need $12,000 extra dollars to make that happen. I was like, yo, wake up in the morning, bruh. You drove the company somewhere the other day and you got, we went out of town. So he drove the company to the Ohio gig and back. I think it's like not official Uber, but he was a transportation service. He got $500. I was like, yo, bruh, just put that up there. You need $12,000. Then erase that, put 11,500. You know what I'm saying? And then go do something else and put 11. And then boom, I said, keep putting that money to the side till you got your 12,000. I was like, yo, bruh, you live in America. You take control. So if you want additional funds just for recreation, I was like, there's no reason. You want to hire people? There's no reason you should be coming to me and see like, yo, y'all know somebody that's got a job for these. No, go create a job for them. You know what I'm saying? See, I'm like, why can't you create a job for them? Wouldn't you need an assistant at some point in your life? So I was like, yo, son, take control. You feel me? Take control. And so I'm talking to somebody today saying, look, if you don't take control, no disrespect, there are franchises out there that are looking to employ people. You know, I heard Toys R Us not going bankrupt. They trying to make a comeback. They're going to need to hire some people, right? Whatever. There are companies out there that's hiring people every day. People get the jobs pissed. I don't like the hours. I don't like what they pay. But if you don't take control of your life, somebody else going to take control. So for real, my nugget for today is take control of your life. Take control now. Take control right now. So 2019, we won't have to have these same doggone conversations where you fussing and whining and whimpering and talking about what you don't like. Do something today, man, so you can take control tomorrow.
I appreciate that nugget of the day. Shout out to everybody on that 100-day challenge with us. It's not too late to get signed up. If you want to sign up, of course, go to breatheuniversity.com, 100dayswithET.com, and check us out, man. We'd love to have you on the road with us, man. We are going in until the new year. Sign up with us now. Go leave us that review on iTunes, man. Much love. We'll see you next week.